me see who's in the chat. Yo, we're landing good here already. We got landing good in here already. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That is good. Alright, bet. Let me just make sure the audio's good on YouTube and stuff like that.
Let me let the homies know I'm on stream. Oh, yo, thanks for having me again, bro. I appreciate you, my nigga.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Of course, anytime. Yeah,
you.
Good partner to discuss JJK with.
Thanks, appreciate you, man. Like-minded.
Yeah, exactly. Explosive Grape, what's up, man? Lightning Guy, what's up, bro? I'm going to roast a lot of these characters. Trust. People already ready to go crazy. Okay. Alright, cool. 5 people in the chat. Cool, coming guys. We're going to be ranking the best written characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. There is going to be people that will get roasted. I do agree. There's a lot of people that will. A lot of people will surprise you. I'm here with Lou again. Lou, say what's up to the chat.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna wait for people to come in. Let me just update some stuff. Sheesh. Okay. Let me with time there'll be more people that come through. So we're gonna go through the characters as you can see here. We've got Nitta. Do you want me to share screens as well so you can see it? The people we see as we go on.
Yeah.
Alright. You can look through the Discord stream, yeah?
I to be honest with you, I've been using YouTube. I didn't even know I could look on here through here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I can do that as well. Yeah.
Do I touch the little rocket thing down here?
No. Let me do it now. Tell me if you can see the screen.
I can. That's fire.
Yeah. So basically,
Okay, cool.
now you can see live like with time, and then we can go through all. You can see that shit, yeah?
YouTube.
Yeah, so it's a bit delayed and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be good, and you can see that clearly. That's cool.
Awesome. That's fire.
All right, cool. So, yeah, this is another duo type of stream. We're gonna be ranking the well-written characters. A lot of people actually watch after the VOD. Actually, I think the last one we did, I think it got like a 1.5. People were watching it afterwards and stuff like that. So, literally, a lot of people get to see it afterwards, which is actually pretty cool, man. And people actually tune on for like 2 hours to like hear what people have to say and takes and stuff like that, man.
Oh yeah, it's good background noise too if you're one of those type of people.
Exactly. Hijinks, yo, I saw. Whoa, what did you say? Saw the title and sounded like Santa for a bit. Oh, I'm assuming you're saying this is the present. Hey, man, if you feel like this is the present, bro, hey, man, I'm here to give some good content. There's going to be some good content, man. Yuji is the best writer. Hey, we're going to be talking about that agent soon. Very, very soon. We'll be talking about, who we believe is the best writers. Hit the like button or I'll steal your mail. Espresso Grape, yes. W-Mans. Everyone hit the like button when you enter the stream. And yeah, man, we can start talking about the characters now. Let me see if I can change the chat box because right now it's a bit hard to see. Let me see if this is better. Yeah, so let's actually look at some of the people that are here. We go through the best, written characters. Obviously with Amalu, and I will make sure. Do you want to send the Discord link?
Discord link?
No, my bad. Your YouTube link, so I can put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Touch it.
Oh yeah, let me send it to you real quick. I got you.
Yeah. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I'm doing the review as well, and I kind of want to add down the title just to, you know what I'm saying, so that you people can know that I'm doing the review. Touch it.
Facts.
Yeah, see.
For those that don't know me so far, the homies call me Lou, but the YouTube's name is Juzo Fish. You feel me? I should be posting more videos soon. I just gotta get my quality in order. I don't like giving out half-ass,
Yeah, that's good. That's always good to do. It's always good to be like that. So good to be like that. Gojo gonna have 2 spots, by the way. Hey, Don't worry, we're all gonna come with our takes. We're all gonna come with our takes, man. Hold on, let me put this chat.
I just sent it to you, bro.
You just sent it? Yeah, bet.
Yeah.
Cool. Whew, it's gonna be interesting one.
Very interesting. I'm glad he asked me to be a part of this because I'm like, this is such a cool topic to me.
Yeah, exactly, and you can actually, spit. You can actually spit for real.
Exactly. Yeah, you can sit down and really analyze, break some stuff down.
All right, bet. Let me just do this. Let me send it. Go to the chat. I'm doing it with Juzo Fizz, guys. So obviously, check out when you have time. Obviously, he does amazing content. And I appreciate everyone that left the likes in the stream. So yeah, let's get started now, especially if you're watching as a VOD. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. And yeah, man, let's go and start talking about JJK. So the first person we have is Nitta on the list. Nitta is a person, in terms of writing, we don't really know much about them, to the point where I don't know if I want to rate how they are as a character. But you could say we've seen her for a segment, so she could technically be a part of it. I mean, she was there with Nobara, and when they were getting beaten up by Haruta, Haruta put on the work on her, but she's not really written in a way for us to really understand. When it comes to stuff like that, would you say that you would put them in void or trash in that case, since you can't really talk that much about them? Or would you say they meet a certain threshold in that capacity?
To be honest, the best characterization that we can kind of get from her, beside reading about her in the manga, is just seeing her brief moments in the anime. Yeah. Like, if anything, I could just say she's really there as like a nice little support character, just someone to fill a little bit of extra space maybe. So as far as her personality, we just kind of see her doing her job. We don't really even get to see her interest or anything. So I would definitely put her at void. Yeah,
I feel like there's very little to be able to see with her. So I think, void might be the best one. Now, this is an interesting one from the get-go. And I think even if you guys are watching this at the VOD or even the stream, you might find this an interesting one as well. Angel. We don't. Some people may say we don't have enough, but I think she is definitely enough to be able to rank. Now, the thing with Angel, because it's two people in one, it is pretty interesting to look at. She was someone that knew Megami from the beginning. She always knew Megami, and then there's another part of her that has been trying to get Sukuna from the get-go. Angel is a very decent character, but how well written is she? I think Angel allowed a lot of possibilities for what could have been the case. Showing the opposites of Sukuna being the falling, while we have her as the angel. And she's also in a clan where they're also trying to take down Sukuna, and her sole purpose is to take down Sukuna. The only thing that bothers me a little bit about her in terms of how she's written is the commitment she made. Like, she's so attached to Megami, and I don't know if enough is written for me to say that is justified as to why she went up to Sukuna and was able to get bitten. I feel like we didn't get the emotional connection to the degree to understand why she made that committal, and we knew that she liked him at the end of the day, but I didn't think it was worth it in that kind of way. So what do you think about it, dude, man? What do you think about Angel, or what do you think about her character as a whole in terms of how
well, that's interesting for me too, because I look at her as similar to the dynamic with Yuji and Sukuna. Like, there's two people present, so I kind of in a way separate them. Like, I separate Angel as Angel and Hana as Hana Karusu is the person that just has Angel inside of her. So you were saying, how she has made certain things possible, also Angel made a lot of things. I mean, not Angel, like I said, I look at them separately as well. So Hana, I look at her as somebody that kind of foiled a lot of things at the same time. Angel, the one that's inside, she is very militant in what she's trying to get done. She's very straightforward, very even with her argument with Yuji, she's like, look, bro, we're gonna have to forget all these people right now and do our job. So Angel seems more so on the militant side. She's very straightforward, willing to get the job done, getting her hands dirty as well, and even going as far as to sacrifice while we have her foil, which is Hana. So, like, she's completely opposite. She wants to go save everyone, as we've seen in the chapters with the soldiers. With the U.S. Army had came in, she was going around just saving people, and she ended up running into Megami to save him eventually. And even with that, like, her love for everyone made a lot of things happen for the worse, because just simply her infatuation in, she didn't even know Megami that deeply, but this small amount of infatuation that she had maximized to the point where she's completely forgetting the mission, what we're here for, what we're doing. And that, because of her, like, made Sukuna able to get away, made him able to just do a little bit more when she could have ended the whole series just by keeping her emotions in check. So when I look at, Hana and I look at Angel, I just kind of look at them as like, two separate entities. Of course, like, there's this person that straightforward, and then we have this other person that's more emotional. So I look at those characters as like a pretty cool dynamic. I think it's very well written because it kind of shows you the difference between modern sorcerers and the Heian sorcerers. Like, Angel is from the Heian. She fought against Sukuna in the Kukuru unit. So I'm just like, looking at her like, she's top of the line when it comes to getting the job done. But then we have this girl in this new age where things are a little bit more akin to how Megami brought it up, how these newer sorcerers, they care more about life versus the old sorcerers. They didn't care about life. So with Angel, she was even expressing that with Yuji. I don't care about saving civilians. We have to kill Sukuna. And Yuji, he's a modern sorcerer, so they care about life as did, Hana Kurusu did. She cared about saving the soldiers, saving civilians and people. But Angel, she's so militant, she's so back in the day minded that nothing about this new thing is beneficial to her. You know what I mean? So I look at that as very well written because of the two character dynamics that we have all in the same body. So I think that's really nice. Also, her curse technique, very symbolic with who she is, what she's about. And I feel like that technique more so embodies Hana Kurusu more than the actual Angel herself, because, well, angels are supposed to be, beings that help people and stuff like that. So I'm just looking at it as, if I'm looking at the real angel healer, it's Hana and not the angel inside of her, because that angel that's inside of her is okay with humans dying. She doesn't even care. So I love that dynamic. I love how that's written out. I love how Gege fleshes it out, that it's truly Hana that's the angel here in this situation. But we have that she has this, I don't know how she was able to get the angel inside of her body, whether she ate something or something like that, which more than likely the case.
Yeah, but probably Kenjaku,
yeah. Like, the way I'm seeing it, I'm like, I like this because we getting to see two different perspectives in the same body, but then we can kind of fuse them in a way because of their attitudes. Like, Angel's more so a human, and Hana's more so the angel here. So I like how that's written, to be honest. So if I had to really think about, the tier that we could even put her at, is, I want to say top tier, but not best written for sure. Nothing, I can't say that's decent, and I can't say she's trash, because of the two character dynamic here. We getting more than just, one part of someone. We get to see like the inner workings in a way. So I like how Gege wrote that, and like I said, like, I pay attention to the smaller details that he writes in his story. That's why I also like that you invited me here, because we can express both sides of those things and help make better connections based off of that. So,
no, that's very true. That's very true.
I think that's fire that Gege wrote this character like that, and that Hana is more so an angel type character instead of it being the actual angel herself, where she doesn't even care about humans as it's being shown. Like, she just cares about getting the mission done. So
yeah, I actually like that.
Top tier writer.
Yeah, I like that. And you know what? You even give me food for thought by saying, Hana is the angel, and angels actually, I wouldn't know how you would describe it, but less of an angel than Hana in that case.
True.
It's actually funny you mentioned that, because it kind of signifies humans in general, because obviously Hana doesn't mind taking down someone from back in the day that is seen as a devil or something like that, to be able to protect the people that she cares about, and I feel like when it does come to the angel, there's always someone at the end of the day gonna hate on the other person, or want to eradicate the other person for the justice that they see. Everyone's value of justice is different. So I agree with the way that how she is written is interesting, and her involvement into the story was, it didn't even feel like she was out of place. It felt kind of natural. It felt like someone that was always meant to be there, but we were waiting for. And unfortunately, she was put out of commission for a little bit, but you can see how much of an impact that Angel has been. And as you said, the two different entities. So for me, although she is, written in that dynamic, and I even believe that dynamic is really good, I actually think in terms of longevity of the character, in terms of how they are written, I feel like I might put it at decent. And the reason I would put it at decent would be because if I'm even trying to picture it now with other characters being involved and who would be considered top tier, or who would be considered decent, I feel like she fits in that category, especially because of how even throughout the series of Jujutsu Kaisen, she was only there for a short amount of time. When she was there, when she was there, there was really only the scene of when when the Sukuna thing happened. Like before Sukuna, you could see that the character being messed. You were seeing the funny side or the entertaining side, and what the serious side is like. And then after that, as soon as Sukuna came in, took over Megumi's body, then bam, like her character kind of became more minimal in comparison to before. And I think her impact on the story as a whole, at the end of the day, is a lot, because Yuto flipping copied the technique and started using it, but the impact of the actual individual
at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So the individual at that point is a bit more difficult to say they're top tier. And I think if you give more time, and maybe she does something now, how the story is, she does something now to impact it, whether it's words or saying the right thing or making a risk or something like that, I think I would even be happy to put it top tier after that. I think I need to see maybe one or two things from her more, and then after that, to really solidify her character of this is who she is, this is why she's put in the story, and this is what she represents. That's the only reason I would put it as decent. What do you think about that?
I mean, when you bring up those points, you cooking. Like, you're not lying at all. And then one thing that I can like really say, like for sure, is because of her longevity in the story, it does kind of place her more so in the decent category, because like you just said, we didn't have that much time with her.
Exactly.
And that's absolutely true. I cannot say the opposite. Like, literally, she's only been here for a little while. Yuta just took the technique from her. So in a way, it pushes her completely to the side. Like, we haven't even heard her utter another word since she was in the hospital or explaining the slight plans, but we know that's kind of like a flashback type of thing. Like, right now, we just know she's completely out of commission. She's not even here to fight. She's not even here to offer any other type of support. So I could definitely land her at decent given those circumstances as well. Like, I couldn't disagree with that, because she hasn't been here that long. Part of me, when I first was looking at her character, I'm like, this is another, plot device. But I started to look a little bit further into the character and her situation, how she was, she met Megumi for this brief moment and latched onto him. I kind of was like, that's not enough for me to feel like you should latch on to someone. But at the same time, she was a little kid that got saved from this crazy cursed spirit. Like, in a way, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I couldn't even say that it doesn't make sense for her to even become attached to anyone. So that makes a lot of sense, because some people even have that, getting saved by someone, they develop that complex, and they do start to look at this person as this savior in a way. So
that's true.
I could place her at decent, because that's true, because like we didn't get enough. We didn't get more of her. And the fact that she got shown to be saved by Megumi at this point where she was a kid, we honestly could have got more bits and pieces throughout the story of her existence.
That's true.
So I couldn't say it was top tier, because of that small thing. Like, we would need a little bit more. We could have had some type of inklings that she was around, maybe some sprinkles of something. So I agree with you at putting her at decent at the end of the day. Yeah, she could definitely sit at decent, because we didn't have that much time with her. And even now, Yuta has her technique, so what is her use? True.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully we do get to see more, because at the end of the day, she's a nice character in general. And, the dynamics and everything is cool as well. Hey, Kazama Jones, what's up, bro? Tricks, you said, didn't Kanjaku literally feed, the cursed objects to different people? Yeah, he did. You're right, Tricks. That's what he was pointing out at the time. Explosive Grape, he said, honestly, I can't see her anything more than a plot device. There's a dynamic, but it's not fleshed out at all, unlike Yuji and Sukuna. And you know what? That is true.
He's absolutely
right.
But
then the only reason is because, longevity. If we're being real.
Yep.
If we're being real, it's because of longevity, because he hasn't had as much time adequate enough to be able to, be that girl at that time. So at the moment we're gonna put her decent because she's definitely not trash. She is written with substance by Gege. Just need some more. Yeah. Okay. Next we have the other Nitta. This one's the one with that came with Todo and was able to heal. And I think this one I'm gonna put a void only because similar to the other Nitta. Not enough time. Stuff like that. I think when it comes to stuff
my guy
like that,
wasn't even confirming if no bar. So I was literally, I'm like, he didn't even completely confirm whether she was alive or not. So let's throw him in the garbage.
Yo, he just came there. Yeah, he just came there, healed, said, "Hey yo, I'm gonna give you some false faith, but hey, she might be alive, she might be there," and then he just bounced like you'll never see him again.
Just runs away. Yeah,
exactly. So. Hey, he might have to hold that. He might have to hold that. The next one, this is an interesting one. Kusakabe, man. Wow, that's
I like this one.
That's a very interesting one. You can take this one off if you want. You can do that.
Kusakabe. First of all, I gotta note strongest grade 1 with no technique. That's already amazing to me. On top of that, and I do gotta bring this up actually. I really do because I'm so glad we're talking about him. Do you understand how many people were upsetting me saying, why is Kusakabe the one teaching anybody about anything? Are we not paying attention to the fact that he knows what he's talking about? The man had knowledge. He had knowledge on knowledge. And most of the people just couldn't accept that. I'm like, first of all, he's a grade 1 without a technique. I would assume this guy has some know-how. Even some people's Lord and Savior, Kenjaku, said this man got some knowledge. If you getting stamped from era sorcerers, 1,000-year-old sorcerers saying, no, you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. That's a stamp that we should never overlook. I'm like, this guy is one of the more knowledgeable characters, more underrated characters as far as knowledge, power, growth, all of that. The fact that he's here orchestrating the final battle, the raid on Sukuna, this is honey smacks, bro. This is good cereal. This is good food. It's crazy. So I'm just like, his writing style, like the style that he's written in is so underrated to me because he's not appreciated fully. And the thing is, like, since he's not, flashy, he doesn't have hollow purples and crazy techniques. He's simple. He doesn't even want to be at work. He's just like all of us, bro. So I'm looking at him as one of the more realistic written characters. He's like, look, bro, even in the part with Panda, he's like, look, man, I'm trying to stall. I do not want to go down there. Let's just make sure the heavy hitters can clean up the mess. Like, he's real or something like that. Like, he's a good written character in the fact that he's realistic. He's knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable. He's actually very powerful, given nothing truly but his own knowledge and having to work up his way to being where he is now. And the fact that bro doesn't even want to be at work, like, I'm like, this is great writing to me. So
yeah, that's a realistic character. That is a person.
Like so I mean, I would want to say, because we don't get too much of him and we're now just getting him as more so as a general, I would put him up there damn near at decent, because I want to say he's top tier written, but not necessarily, because like my point is he's more so on the like normal side of a person. Like, he's not very interesting as far as who he is as a person, but his knowledge, his wisdom, his understanding is the most ground shaking part about him. How is this guy that doesn't even want to be here so knowledgeable? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even want to be here and do all this, but yet he knows so much and he can bring so much and offer so much wisdom and knowledge to the table. So I would say that's great writing, but as for his personality, it doesn't pull anybody in. It doesn't, it's not strong enough for people to really acknowledge how wise he is. Like, his personality almost throws everything else out the window for people. The fact that he's here orchestrating he's literally the general of this battle right now. He's the one that's calling the shots, pulling people in position. So I can't see how people would say.
And you know what? A lot of things. A thing that a lot of people forget as well. This guy is, Miwa's teacher. Not only that. On top of that, I don't know if I'm mistaken. Wasn't he doing something with Yaga when it came to one of the cursed the cursed puppets? That he was pushing someone on a wheelchair.
I think it was was it his sister's son or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
In the comments has a better recollection, please bring it up. But yeah, I think it was
what chapter was that?
He worked with Yaga to get the soul of, I think, his sister's little brother or something. I mean, his sister's son or something like that into the doll. And I thought that's like he's a thoughtful guy, bro. Like I like Kusakabe as a character. I wanna like my bias of him would tell me he's top tier, but the realism, I said the wrong word, but the realism of the situation is just like his personality itself. He's not even really fully interested. He's just here as a means to an end. He just wants to get rid of Sukuna. It's not like he's on, some other mindset where he's just like, no, bro, we about to rock out with this. Like he's like, no, we're gonna do everything by the book. Pay attention, do it like this, do it like that. So that's not necessarily exciting for anybody, especially in a story that's JJK. Okay, we're fighting curses and not regular old people half the time. So it's for people to like see him, they're like, well, we kind of want a little bit more electricity out of his personality, just give us a little bit more to rock with instead of being like, oh, okay, he's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, he knows what he's doing. So that's why I could place him at decent. But my bias of him, my like of him as a character, I would definitely say he's top tier written, but I would kind of be, pushing the needle.
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And as I said, he's a comedic character. He's a comedic relief, and he's really knowledgeable at the same time. You can see that he has a lot of impacts on the students and is able to, teach them all a lot of things. In addition, as I said, with that thing where he was doing something for the sister, I need to still, I want to read that, but I don't know where it is in particular. But regardless, you can see that he definitely does care about his students, and as Kenjaku said, he has a little know-how. I think that in terms of being well written as a character, he definitely, I would say, indecent only because of, we need more. And we need more from him. It's not that he's a bad character at all. Like, Gege does this a lot, like where a character is so good, but then, just give a little bit more to each and every character. And that's what I think Gege's flaw is. He's so good at writing characters that the characters are not finished. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's a very common thing that he does, and that's why only in this one, if maybe this extended to like I don't want to say One Piece, but let's say extended to like Naruto levels at 600, or maybe there's a Shippuden, he can put more into it and stuff like that. But only for what we have now, we would put it in decent. That's what I would say as well. I agree with that.
Yes.
And let me just put the indecent, and shout out to Kusakabe, man. I feel like he's that guy, man. He's that guy right now, and I think he's gonna have a big impact in this fight as well. I don't think he's just gonna sit around and do nothing. I'll be so real. Now, our Saka. You know what? I might put him in trash.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Not because Gege did anything bad within the writing of the character, or in my opinion the character is rubbish in general, but I feel like the writing that he got was just to boost up how gas Gojo was. I mean, really and truly, they told us all of that, but he didn't have any impact. He didn't really do anything with it. He had a curse technique which was interesting at most. I don't really, and it's not like he wasn't written at all. He definitely was like, he was meant to be a menace, basically, stealing hearts and being criminal, stuff like that. But I don't think the character does anything by himself. I feel like he needs help from others, or Absolutely. He needs, different type of things, man. And I don't know. I don't really think that I don't think it's enough to say void, and I don't think it's enough to say decent as well. So I would personally put him at trash. What do you think, bro?
If I'm being real, I would place him at trash as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, that only thing that's like kind of being like the only wonky part, but it still is not enough. Like you said, like there's really not nothing that can really excuse him for being anywhere else. Bro has one of the coolest techniques in JJK to me. I'm not gonna lie. He has one of the coolest. Like he's damn near got like a top 10 technique to me personally, because that inverse is just. I think it's so beautiful. I love inverse, bro. It's so fire. But he can go in the garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you. He just has a really cool technique.
Yeah, and you know what? I would even go as far as to say that the technique he does have is really good, because you don't know. Everyone's going to react differently to the technique when they first hit it. Like, no one's going to have the same type of fight against him. So I do understand that. And he can't just get overwhelmed, because it doesn't just work like that, You have to figure it out. So I understand why you find it interesting. And you know, at the end of the day, I think even we both agree that he'll probably still be indecent, isn't it? Yeah, as a written character, right? Yo, trash, my
like
bad.
the only
Trash,
thing he really had to offer is like somebody in the comments just said. Somebody said like he's pretty much world building. I'm thinking that's what he's talking about. But that's his only benefit to the story truly is having that really cool technique and also offering us more about other sorcerers that are out there. But still, that's simply world building and not more of a testament to his own character. It's just kind of telling us what's going on more so outside of the gate.
Yeah, what do people do?
Like he's among other people. Yeah, like he's among some of the other guys. So, and then his personality just wasn't, he just was a crazy guy. You can't really get too much out of that.
Yeah,
unless it has some spin to it. You know what I mean? So he was just simply out here trying to sneak around and be wild. Yeah, but he had a beautiful technique to me, and he did offer us a little bit more into the story as far as what other sorcerers are up to and what they may be doing in the world. So I would sit him at trash damn near. I'm not gonna lie to you. I sit him outside by the trash cans, let him come pick him up, take him to the dump,
take him out. Hey, on the specific day, Thursdays and that. Yeah, man, that's the time they take the trash.
But I can say one thing: if it wasn't for Megami, he probably would have been causing other problems around the area. He probably would have been causing way more problems because Megami is so big-brained in figuring out techniques that if Megami wasn't there, everybody else would have been like, bro, what the hell is the deal with this one?
Yeah, that is true. But then I would also say that I think low-key against everyone, there's going to be an instance where they're thinking, because they're going to be thinking, hey, yo, why is this guy not reacting for this, but he's reacting to this? I feel like all the grade 1 sorcerers, you could correct me if you want, but I feel like all the grade 1 sorcerers has high IQ, like Megami.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they all would
grade
just
1s
notice.
all have high IQ. It's just like, I be trying to think about Megami's IQ for figuring out techniques because he's just like the one person that
figures it out all the time.
Multiple complicated techniques, like not even just techniques itself, but the more complicated ones, like
Todo as well.
Him too. Facts. But like I just kind of thought about the Kirara situation.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Else would have known about constellations.
No one else was knowing that, bro.
Like maybe Mei, possibly. Like she's really smart, but that's a stretch. It's still a stretch to me because we have to see a little bit more.
All these sorcerers are smart. When you really think about it, all these sorcerers are smart, man. God damn.
Very.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. You're reading about constellations, bro, and you figured that out. Like that's a 1 in a million figure. Like, you gotta really know about one thing to know about this thing.
Okay, bro,
that is a curse technique.
I saw a crux and I was like, "What's that, bro?" I saw that in the way. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. I only know about Orion's belt, bro. I'm gonna be real. Maybe the ones with the Gemini sign in it. I don't know. Those are the only ones I know.
Yeah, that's if that is even part of the constellation, then yeah, I don't even know,
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah.
Terrell Walcott, hey, what's good, bro? Welcome to the stream, man. That's that groomer May. Lightning got your trolling, bro. We're gonna get there anyway, man. We're gonna get with her soon. Next one we have Loru. I don't know how you pronounce it, Loru, but that's void. Like we don't know enough really.
We don't know nothing about him besides the fact that he got long fingernails.
Yeah, man. Exactly, and he
got one tap by Nue.
Yeah, exactly.
With a shovel, it looked like.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he's fodder. He's basically fodder at that point, man. I'm be so honest. Then this next guy, I don't even know his name. Who is this guy?
I don't even remember what his technique was.
Bro, I just know he got put in the pack by Megami. That's it. Yeah. That's all I know. Yeah, that's hey, get out of here.
Oh wait, isn't that the guy Maki killed? Maki killed him.
Oh yeah, Maki killed. Yeah, the Zenin. Yeah.
The Zenin thing.
With the hand. Wait,
I can't remember his technique.
What was it?
I think that was it because Junichi.
Yeah, with the hands. He was the hands. Yeah.
Wanta had the eyes, and I think he had those little stone hands that just held her. That didn't hold her.
Yeah.
And he just got packed right after him.
Yeah, that's who he is. That is who he is. Yeah, for sure. And I can't lie. Basically pointless. Yeah, we avoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have a big one.
Is that big, bro?
Is that big, bro? Choso?
Is that big, bro?
Is that big, bro? Choso? Now look. Let's explain this and then after we'll say. So
we gotta
firstly, Choso is a character that is very admirable in Jujutsu Kaisen, you know. Not only does he have a lot of things as an older brother, you know, even me, I'm an older brother, and is relatable even on that, you know, on that level. Yeah. But what I would say about Choso is that he is consistent throughout Jujutsu Kaisen. He is also a person that you can see the amount of emotion that he has with his friend, with his family, you know, and everything that they told us before and how he wanted to become a human, but then he was scared to become a human because he wanted to also, you know, make sure that they have it easy, his other brothers have an easier life. And then obviously, you know, he didn't know Yuji was going to be the brother, so he had to make a decision. And now, even though he felt like he made the decision that was best at the time, he still felt responsible for not taking care of Yuji Itadori as well, even without knowing. So no matter what, he doesn't even make excuses for situations that are out of his control, because he wants to be holding responsibility so that everyone else can follow in his footsteps as an older brother. You can then say that he has an amazing relationship with Yuki as well. You know, both of them working together, even for a minimal amount of time, but then they're also meant to express. Exactly. And for me, Choso, he's done it all, man. I feel like in terms of every intricacy of what I like on the character, you know, he was obviously a cursed womb, and at first he was just an oblivious person, you know, just following the rules, doing what he needs to do. But then you realize that he's linked to Kinjaku, and Kinjaku being the father, because his mom was a human, and the dad was a cursed spirit, and then the guy messing the blood, you know, to be able to see if he can get you to do XYZ. Then he's going to get the brothers, you know, he's then going to get the brothers from the warehouse to the best of his ability, and that was his main mission and his main goal, while being able to avenge the brothers that have died. And none of that will stop until it, you know what I'm saying, until he accomplished that mission. And when he found out that Yuji was the brother, he did everything in his power. He didn't need explanation. He didn't need to waste time. He just thought about it, realized he's the brother, didn't question it, and continued to actually back Yuji to the end, no matter what. Even if they say now Yuji is not the brother, he will still, you know, be like, all right, that's cool. I'm an older brother. I'll take responsibility for what I've done. And even to the point where I feel like he even risked his life towards the end. You see, me personally, he's one of the best written, bro. But let me pose it to you, man. Hey, I don't even think top tier. I think best written, you know. Man,
I'm sitting here, literally letting you cook and everything, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing I could disagree with here. And here's my favorite part about this, that I'm like, as you talking, bro, I'm sitting here thinking, as you bringing up every single point, I'm sitting here thinking. I said, bro, he's one of the best written, not top tier. He's one of the best written characters. Simply off the fact that we got more of a backstory for him than Sukuna or Kenjaku or anybody else, bro.
Everyone.
That's facts, bro. Everybody, bro. He's got a better backstory than just about everyone and he's just as old, damn near. Like, he's pretty old, like a few hundred years type deal. I mean, not even a few hundred. He's like 150. He's like 150 plus. Yeah, so I'm just like, bro, we have more of a backstory for Choso than we have for Kenjaku.
Almost everyone in the series.
Just about anyone else. Yeah. Literally. Better than Gojo, damn near. Like, we just knew he was a baby that had some money on his head. Like, we didn't even go into the Gojo clan like that. We just heard he was the top, and that was it.
Exactly.
But we know about the Kamo clan even more because of Choso, bro. That's
like there's just too much about this guy, and even the things I have said, there might even be more to say about Choso, man. I mean,
absolutely.
We haven't even
one of the highest peak users of blood manipulation, bro. He's one of the best users for it.
One of the best users of blood manipulation, bro.
Can't even run out of blood, bro, because he's half cursed spirit. So that, like, we have endless possibilities with this guy. Like, he could damn near develop a domain if he really wanted to, if he decided to take that route as a sorcerer. Because, like you said, bro, he wants to be a human. He wants to be with his brothers. He don't even necessarily want to be a sorcerer for real. He's just like, look, bro, this is just the shit I got. So I'm using the best things I got. So imagine if he switched his mind over and was like, you know what, bro? I'm going to protect my brothers under sorcerer shit, and just dedicated himself to just being a sorcerer. We would have a way scarier fighter on our hands. And I'm like, bro, he's top tier, bro.
And that's not even talking about.
Skip that. One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best written. That's not even including the fight he had on Naoya Zenin. When Naoya Zenin, like, I hate my brothers. He's like, no, bro, why'd you have to hate your brothers? Because, you know what I'm saying, when you are, you know, you're the younger one, and the reason that maybe you don't like the older brothers, and the reason you should be grateful for them, because they might have made mistakes that even you yourself don't even realize their mistakes, and then you don't do that, so then you can become who you are today. Like, Choso was spitting facts. He was basically telling everyone, dropping game. Blood manipulation as a curse technique is so cool, especially in the anime. They made that even cooler than it already was.
They were blazing him.
and let's be honest, he even beat Yuji. He even won. So this guy has
he
done everything, bro. He's done it
fair
all.
consequences too.
Exactly.
Fair circumstances, he beat him
Exactly.
with a nerf to his own technique.
Yeah, in the water, exactly. Yuji literally had his own mini domain expansion and still lost, And you know what? And there's so much more because the fact that he fought Kenjaku the first time twice, and the first time he got, he got whipped, and then the second time he got whipped again. But the fact that he had the dog in him to still fight the second time, knowing he might die. That is a real nigga.
That technique and everything, yeah.
Exactly, that's a real nigga, and he really tried, like no matter what, to still hang in there to be able to fight for his brothers. And then when he was at the brink of death, he said, "Nah, I'm gonna use my brother's techniques because I do learn from the brothers. This one is from Choso. I mean, this one is from Yuji. This one's from Eso. This one from Ketchizu. Like this guy did it all, man. He really, really embodied the role as a big brother and someone that will never give up within Jujutsu Kaisen. And you know what? I'm proud to say that even though he was a failed experiment in Kenjaku's eyes, he's definitely become one of the most respectable characters and characters that I fought with the most in Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. That's why he will be in the best written.
One of the best written for sure. I
And
can't even deny it.
Hey, everyone in the chat
that everybody even has for Choso could agree with this, bro. I don't see nobody disagreeing.
Exactly, no one disagreeing, man. And what they say, someone say Choso ain't up there, you won't be waking up tomorrow. Yo, bro. Choso backstory is decent. Not even a backstory, just his birth. Yeah, but you have to also think about he's doing everything he's doing now, and the only thing we do know about the backstory is the brothers and how they exist and the names and stuff like that. But even in and of itself, the many things that we got about the backstory is interesting. Who would have thought Noritoshi Kamo, the most evil sorcerer in the world, would have been mixing the blood with the parents and the cursed spirit? I didn't even know a cursed spirit and a human can even give birth in the first place. Like, I feel like it opened a new layer of Jujutsu Kaisen during that time, and that is why right now I think Choso is still, one of the best. One of the best in general when it comes to, Jujutsu Kaisen as a whole, bro. Choso is that guy. He's that guy.
He is. I can't find nothing that's really like a crazy fallacy beside his power level.
Yeah, exactly, man. And next one we got Kuroroshi, man. That's in the void.
We can put him in the void. He don't even speak English.
Exactly. Wait, who is this? Is this Riko? Who is this?
Who is it?
I don't know. Is that Riko?
No, that's Rika. That's first version Rika.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Rika.
Volume 0 Rika.
Yo, Rika can low-key get her own tier. Hold on. Let's just think about this. Rika basically was cursed with Utah.
I looked at those notes too that Gege wrote about her. That little girl was a murderer. I don't care what nobody said. Gege pretty much said it straight up in a way.
Yeah.
Super direct. But he's like, she stole her grandmother's ring, ended up giving it to Yuta. Her parents mysteriously died, but the grandma is sure that this little girl is the one that killed her parents. She doesn't like anyone in the world but Yuta. I'm like, that little kid was a serial killer.
Yeah, she is a bit.
She just wasn't exposed. Yeah, she just wasn't fully exposed because Gege also said, like, because of her little cute nature, she was able to manipulate adults. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I used to do that same shit as a kid. I used to get my way over adults because I knew they thought I was a little cute kid. But the whole time I'm like, well, I'm a little bit smarter than what you think. But let me get that piece of candy off you real easy. So I'm like that little girl, interesting. And then her transition over into a cursed spirit. It doesn't really give her much characterization because in a way, like cursed spirits are damn near mindless, although they are intelligent. Like that's why they even try to tell you, like, don't even be talking to curses, bro. They're whimsical. Even if they are super smart, seemingly. They're still curses. There's nothing good supposed to come from their mouth. So I can't put her at trash and I can't put her at void. So I want to put Rika's whole character at decent because of those little footnotes that we got from Gege. We get some characterization. Like we get to see what type of person she is and shit like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I could say she's decent. I can't say she's well written or top tier or anything like that. But I can't say she's trash either because of those character notes. That's interesting. We get to look at this character a little bit more and see what type of person she is.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. That's interesting.
Like it's kind of one track, but like still we get something. This is more than we got for Hana. Like
that is true. That is true.
So I'm like, as far as her whole
me see if I
personality,
can
what she's
find
about,
that.
what she's done, we get some stuff on her. So I'm like, I like that. So I damn near just put her at.
Let me see if I can
decent.
find the Rika character sheet. Yeah, let me see that real quick. Okay, so in the character sheet, let me just see if I can bring it up. Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, I'll just do that then. Sorry, hold on, give me a second. Alright, cool. So this is the character sheet, guys, and it said Rika's mother died suddenly from unknown causes when Rika was 5. 2 days before entering elementary school, Rika and her father got lost while mountain climbing. 1 week later, Rika was also found alone and rescued from a shelter near the summit. At the hospital, she met Yuta, being treated with pneumonia. Okay, and they ended up, in the same elementary school. Her father was never found, and his death was never confirmed. Aware of how appearance is perceived, Rika sometimes manipulates adults, which is kind of crazy, but I ain't gonna lie. But Rika was taken in by her grandmother on her father's side, who strongly believed Rika killed both of her parents. So, yeah, that's a bit crazy, bro.
The fact that people can point out her manipulation tactics.
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's interesting.
Noticing, noticing,
and yeah, that is hashtag noticing, bro. So Rika stole the ring she gave Yuta from her grandmother's dresser. It was her mother's wedding ring. And when she was human, Rika was very friendly with Yuta, younger sister. However, after becoming very close, she became aggressive. God damn. Yeah, yeah. She kind of fucked up Yuta's life.
Extremely possessive. Literally.
Yeah, she effed up Yuta's life. Yo, and she dislikes everyone besides Yuta, especially girls and older guys. The thing she dislikes the most in the world is her grandmother's stewed eggplant, and she loves Yuta. You know what? I actually do think this is actually really, 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 really good. And you know what? One thing I will say, Explosive Grape gave a very good point, which I'm even trying to think about myself, is that because it's not written in the manga per se, would that count as writing? Like her writing in the story?
I shall raise my hand on that. Any statement that comes from Gege regarding his story is canon, unless he says not. You know what I mean? And the fact that this is why we have this little bit of information on Rika, because she was a curse spirit introduced into the story. So if he's given a synopsis of what she was like as a human, that's very much so canon. Gege doesn't write for no reason. He's not a vain author. So I'm like, he's not adding that to tell us nothing. And remember this, when you become a curse spirit, you still inhabit your hatreds and passions. What's Rika's passion as a cursed spirit? What we just read. All love for Yuta, all don't like women. What she literally just ran up on Sukuna because he was talking to Yuta a certain way. Almost killed Maki because she doesn't like girls. So Gege is literally just showing us what she was like as a human is not so different than what she was as a curse. But the fact that he had to lay that out is so we can get some understanding of why this little girl has this intense hold onto Yuta. Why? So that's him explaining it. So I don't look at that as anything vain. I'm like, that's Gege expressing to us more of his story, more of the lore. That's why we have. So like literally, are we gonna say the fan book isn't canon because it's in the fan book and not the manga?
Yeah, I think.
Be for real on that one. Not gonna lie.
I think when we say character writing, I guess because you wrote the information about the character, it still counts. If we're talking about character,
and it's written down. It's not like these are just one-off statements in an interview. I can see if bro was talking about this in an interview and just was talking word of mouth, then that's why I'm just like, all right, cool. But the fact that he literally wrote down every one of these little plot points, he wrote down all these little jots just to let us know. He wanted us to know about Rika. That's why he wrote it. So I'm like, I can't say that's literally character writing. He's explaining this character to us. Yeah, so I don't see that as anything vain.
Another thing I was thinking about though, what if you're anime only and you'll never know that? Which is kind of interesting, I
mean, that's what separates our media from Japanese media. Like usually how they consume their media is a little bit different. So I can only blame that on simple difference of culture. When they consume their manga, they get this from the magazine, and these notes are in these magazines for them to read before they even get to the next page of the manga. If you even like back in the day, bro, when you're at school and you get a manga, if you look inside and flip into the few pages of the physical papers, you would get little notes from the author about certain characters. Especially if you read Naruto growing up, you literally had these types of things in your volumes before you even like, you know, flip it over to the next page to see the story unfold. So I say like, yeah, I'd say like these are just slight differences in the way we consume our media. I kind of do see that as like kind of sad that certain people won't ever get to see those deeper sides of Rika unless they decide to pursue the story in a certain way. So I definitely understand where you and bro are coming from, but I'm like, also I'm seeing these, you know, just I pay attention to a lot of Gege's details, so that's why my brain is just kind of working like that. It's like I'm looking at every little crumb of information he's willing to give us, and I'm willing to take it how it is. Pause. Like I'm just like, you know, just looking at it from the angle that I get it, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can digest this because I'm looking for information on the story after all. So like when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, but I get that like it wasn't fully explained throughout the story, even in the Volume 0 movie. You don't get too many inklings of like, oh, this girl's crazy. If anything, you just think like she just really enjoys hanging out with her little buddy. So when you watch the movie, you're like, like, okay, I don't understand how she's a killer. Like, like you understand because she's like, she's like with him in a weird way. And then, like I'm saying, the further you get into a story, you understand if somebody is a vengeful curse spirit, they kind of inhabited, you know, personality traits of their former self. And if we looking at Rika in the Volume 0 movie,
that's true. Anime, that is very true.
Yeah, she doesn't like women at all, and she doesn't like older men. Sukuna's about 1,000 years old, and Maki is a girl that's seemingly a love interest for the future. So, as we look at her character in Curse Spirit form, she's still damn near the same as these little footnotes that we have from Gege. So,
it's still the same. It's still the same. It's just added on. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's not fully fleshed out. It's only there if you go seek out this type of information. So I see where you and bro stands coming from. So I'm not like, you know, shitting on it or anything. I'm just like, as a person that looks sense, at more details, there's a little bit more stuff to, you know, pay attention to. But I understand why somebody wouldn't see it or how they wouldn't see it. So I definitely agree with both takes in a way.
Yeah, and I also agree with that as well. I think because, as you just said, because the actual Volume 0 of the, you know, the Volume 0 movie actually represented a bit of why Rika is what she is. And let's be honest, even excluding the notes, she does show a lot of, you know, the obsession over Utah. We just got a reason as to why she has this obsession and why it's happening. And then we see that he cursed her, and, you know, she always cared about Utah, making sure.
Absolutely. Like, it's not fully fleshed. Yeah, so like I could definitely see bro's point. Like, can we really count it because it's not fully fleshed out to us? It hasn't been fully explained. Like, all we got was these footnotes. So I'm like, I see where the stance is for sure. But I'm like, the fact that we still get some characterization, it's enough to where we can say this is attached to this person's character and personality. So this is who they are, and this is why the way they are in a way. But yeah, I understand for sure though.
But for me, I'm even happy to be at the bottom end of decent. I'm not gonna say she's trash, but she doesn't have, you know, like she's not really
not much.
Up. Exactly. And you know what, guys? Also, I would say, and also, guys, I think I would say is we might readjust it depending how it goes on as well. We never know. So
there's always the let's just always go. For sure.
Exactly. Now we have Dagon. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough. Because he'd be cooking.
When I look at him,
he'd be cooking.
He'd be cooking. Spirit version of Choso in the way that he kind of like adored all his pseudo siblings in the other curses, but we only got.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, like, so I'm like, we could damn near.
I could damn near put him in void, you know.
Yeah, like damn near.
There's not enough
because it's just like a slight inkling, but. That's where it's like now I'm kind of thinking about the same argument that we were just having with Rika. Like, damn, could she be void too? But we didn't get no kind of extra notes on Dagon. So that's
we know nothing. The only thing we know is that he's a disaster curse, and he cares about his people. That's it. Like, we actually don't know anything else about Dagon, bro. And even before he didn't even talk. He didn't even talk before. So
he was just there. Like, it would be times where I'm watching an anime and I'm like, who the hell is this little red thing? Like, what is he even here for? But then when I found out this is his domain, so in a way, he already had domain expansion, which is kind of crazy to think about. Because every time we saw Mahito and Kenjaku in that little setting, where they could literally open like this little fake door, and next thing you know, they're at a beach. I'm like, bro had a domain this entire time, which is kind of crazy to think about. So all we can really say is he was a cursed spirit with mad potential, and that's about it. For real. Like he cared about the other guys, but that's all we kind of got from him.
Yeah, that's all really. Yeah. I think that's void. I said with the Riko one, I'm even tempted to put it in void as well. I even agree with you. As in, it's not really enough, but like it's because we know a little bit about Rika and what she does and what has happened. But as I said, because it's not implemented in the story, it's just a bit controversial when it comes to like her being indecent. I think what, I think I'm just putting void for now. For now, I think I'm putting void.
We can always do the final thought on it for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's I'm not really. I'm kind of on both sides of the fence in a way. Like I can understand why, and I can understand why not. So I don't really have much of a dog in the fight, but I will provide like the tidbits of information for anybody else that may not know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Get the man who got one shot by Yuta out of here. What? Yo. Hey, now that guy, I put him in the void straight away, man. Like we don't know nothing about that guy. Now we've got Eso. I'm not gonna lie, him as a character, if we're not talking about but the thing is, bro, there might be so much like this is so controversial, man, because I might need to make a tier of like they're not trash, they're not decent, but like they got a little something. They got a little something. Because it's like we understand who he is and what he is, but we kind of got like Choso for what he is in a way. Like Choso kind of magnifies all of these death painting wombs in a way. Like he's damn near like the peak death painting womb. Like because there was 9 of them originally, so Yuji's technically the 10th. He wasn't even in that same order that they were all born. So I kind of look at all of their personalities damn near like combined with Choso's in a way, like because they all went through this literal same process and they all were together. But if he would, like I'm saying, if he were to live longer and we got more of him, he would have seemingly been just like another Choso. He would have been like, I care about my brothers. This is what we doing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he's just with the bros. So I'm like, I could see him just turning out as like another version of Choso. That's why I can understand like why Gege even wrote the rest of the death pain wounds out of the story. 1, power reasons. 2, well, their character wouldn't be too much more interesting beside them being death painting wounds and a brother to Yuji. You see what I'm saying? So I could damn near just put him at void because he was interesting, but only because of who he was, not because of his technique or power or anything. Let me write something. Let me do a new. I'm doing a new column, and I'm gonna do it as had potential. I think that's a good one. Like had potential. So I'd say Dagon had potential. I'd say Rika had potential. That's it. Like you know what I'm saying? Just the people that had potential, but they they didn't quite do anything. Because I think it's very hard. Other people
just was here and gone. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But had potential. Like they're not there really. Yeah, Drew Rika.
Right. He was just here to get killed. Like we just found out about him. He's just another technique addition for Yuta. So that's why like literally people like him could be trashed or avoided. But I understand like when people got a little bit like if we got some time with him, all right, we would have something to say. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see that. That's definitely a fair tier.
Yeah, and Explosive Group said almost everyone had potential. No, because a lot of the characters either they're characters that had time and writing, but we just didn't fuck with them, or they could have time and writing and just be decent or top tier or well written. So not necessarily all of them had potential because a lot of people here, I'm even looking at the list, a lot of them didn't have potential. A lot of them didn't. So yeah, I wouldn't. Because I'm
like some of these characters like. You just genuinely weren't really interested in everybody. Yeah. And then when you look at JJK character polls for people who they care about, are any of these other side characters up there for potential, we might like this guy, we might... No, most people were just like, these are the people we care about, and that's it. Nobody else is really that interesting.
Exactly. And you know what? And everyone in Void right now deserves to be in Void. Like, there's no... It's a bus about it. So, Gakuganji, you know what? I'm actually going to say
he's seemingly going towards some character redemption.
Low key, he might be like the top end of decent. Low key,
yeah. Like he might be because like who he is, he's just like he's a principal, but he's still by the book. Like he's full on Jujutsu Society. I'm here for the rules. Pay attention to the rules. But then we get that. Principal Yaga situation.
Yeah, that's the
and
situation.
now we getting him turning a completely new leaf. He didn't even tell the higher ups about the technique because he felt that way. He was just like, look, bro, at this point, I don't even think these rules even matter no more. And even Gojo was respecting that decision enough to not even murder him the rest of the rest of those guys. Gojo himself was like, bro, you changed, bro. Like, you're not the same at all.
He had his own, story, man. He had his own little story and his own little arc,
I could see him damn near becoming, like, how he's not in the fight at all. I could see, like, if everything turns out okay to some extent, possibly, then I could see him being like a principal still. He could still be in the story, but helping students this time with obscure techniques instead of trying to say, if you got a brand new technique, like the higher ups don't like it, well, I don't like it either, motherfucker. Like, go somewhere else. So it's just like, I could see him having a character redemption arc. So I'm not gonna lie, I could probably place him at like literally like bottom tier decent or top tier decent. It just depends on what Gege might want to do with him. And then he was also here for Gojo to, he played a decent little role in Gojo warming up to Sukuna damn near. So I'm like,
he did. He
stayed here. So, he's here for a reason. So I'm
Explosive
like, I would damn near post him on like baby decent.
Explosive Great says change comes from nowhere, but then you have to realize that the reason that he did change overall is because Yaga didn't curse him in the end, right? He didn't curse him, so he was a bit like, damn, this is tough. And he didn't even want to, spread it with everyone and try and let them know. That is the first time he went against his own moral code,
Facts.
And because of that change, he then realized, you know what, I'm gonna, make the difference, make the change. And as Gojo said, it shows that the old heads, we always thought, if you're old head, you're never gonna change your mind, you're always gonna remain the same. But he was the first one that, even though he's by the book, he didn't follow the book for the first time, and it's not from nowhere. It was definitely from Yaga's death.
Yeah, and it changed him completely. Like, he didn't do everything he would, if he was still the same and that change meant nothing, he would have been like, oh, cool, well, I'm still gonna tell him.
Exactly.
And he's like, all right, cool, and then I'm still gonna hunt down Yuji Itadori and everything. I'm still gonna be by the book. But no, the fact that Yaga died the way he died changed.
Yeah, and he used to be stubborn, bro. Yeah. Even he wanted Yuji dead. He tried to set him up and everything. Like, he was a bad guy.
It was terrible.
He made
but
the
it was
change.
by the book. It's not like he was, even with Panda, like when he ran into Panda, he was like, Panda, like, you not gonna run up? He's just like, no, bro, because it's not that you doing this to be a dickhead. You just doing this because this is your job, bro. This is what you got to do. I'm not like y'all anyway. So I understand why you doing this, but don't mean I'm not gonna be upset about it, So I'm like, I can damn near place this guy at decent, but like, a certain tier of decent. So I'm just like, and then he has potential if the story were to proceed.
Yeah, he does have potential. He does have potential.
He could be around and be a good principal and actually change his ways, and then people would have no choice but to be like, well, this is a different character now because what he's doing is completely different from what he was out. So I'm like, bro, I can place him at decent. I'm not gonna lie, like the fact that he changed made me be like, oh, like, all right, Gakuganji's not so bad then.
It's not that bad no more. Trust.
What I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, like, all right, you got a little bit of my respect. Even he got Gojo's respect. Gojo got the rest of those higher ups murdered. So Gakuganji was not. Yeah, and Gojo threatened Gakuganji directly multiple times to kill him. So he's just like, bro.
Yeah,
the fact that Gojo was just like, bro, you are different now.
I didn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I had to show respect at that point. I'm like, as much as you've been up to, you still humbled up. You still showed some humility and was like, you know what? I'm gonna change my ways.
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
At a crazy cost.
I found it. Yeah. Exactly. It did come out at a crazy cost still, and at least he matured and went through his own like mini arc and stuff like that.
And that's sometimes how it has to happen, bro. Sometimes people have to go through drastic stuff to change them. So that's one of the more human elements of Gakuganji's character, or human elements in JJK. Period. Like trauma, just real life changing somebody for the better. Like how Maki would express to Naoya, like, bro, you don't get an excuse to be shit because the world is shit. Like, even Gakuganji was able to turn it around, bro. So I'm like, he's decent because of that. I'm not gonna lie. It might be sounding a little biased, but
I don't think it's biased at all, man. I think that's I agree with you. I think that's just how it is. I think he went through his own development and he got somewhere. Yeah. And you know what? I want to go as far. He said, okay, Lightning God said Raga is void. I'm not gonna lie, Mario is void. We don't really know nothing about him.
Bro, he don't even speak, bro.
He don't even speak. He don't even grunt. Like, bro, I remember I was watching the anime. This guy didn't even do like a like he got hurt. Like he don't even grunt, bro.
Yeah,
he makes no
he
noise.
Just smiles. He lives for the fight.
Bro, this guy's character development is being held by Megami and saying with this treasure. That's literally his development throughout the story. If it's gonna come out or not.
Man.
I'm actually done, bro. Oh, next one is Geto.
I love Geto.
Wow, Geto's character is cold.
Yeah. And the anime made Geto's character way more respectable.
Fleshed out, yeah.
Yeah, like it made him look more human. Like, bro, like just put it into this perspective. You and your best friend go complete this mission together. You see your mans get killed essentially, but he's like, nah, bro, just run up out of here. So you want to stay there and fight. That's your man. But he like, bro, go. So you book it. You still, like, y'all still trying to complete the mission at the end of the day. Mind you, this guy was already mad by the book. He knew every simple rule. So even regardless of how he felt about people, because secretly it's kind of shown that he already disregarded people. Him and Gojo did nothing but trade mindsets, and I found that beautiful as best friends. Gojo was like, bro, fuck people. He was like, bro, we need to save him. And eventually it switched over.
It switched completely.
Said, fuck people. Yeah, Gojo said, let's save him. So seeing your men essentially get killed, then you going to complete this mission with this little girl who's literally just a child, bro. And then you're like, all right, child, go free. As soon as you say that, the child gets popped in the head. You like, yo, then this man that just stabbed your mans is like, hey, you next. I just murdered him.
Yeah, that's mad, bro.
Breaking
he's going insane.
Bro. His mind is going down. Literally, every second he's breaking his mind. And mind you, the whole point of him thinking like this is because we need to protect people. But it's literal regular ass people that are doing this. These are non-sorcerers that's really doing.
So he's so conflicted. He's so conflicted.
You know what I mean? Man. A person with no cursed energy is doing this. So he's looking at regular people as these culprits, essentially. So he's like, the whole thing that he's here to protect, he's watching destroy his mentality. Even after he got like beat up on by Gojo, I mean by not Gojo, Toji. He comes back, sees his best man that was told to be killed, holding the dead body of the little girl he was trying to save. If he didn't break right there, then
that
I don't
is
know
crazy.
How he broke. You see what I'm saying?
Man.
That shower scene told us everything. That Yuki scene told us everything. He secretly hated people the entire time, but because of his obligation of a Jujutsu sorcerer, he kept all that shit under wraps and kept it together and pushed it through until he ran into a situation that forced his mindset to fully crumble. So
especially with the, you know, just to add to that, especially with the Haruto situation. Not Haruto, my bad. Oh, what's his name? Nanami's best friend.
Oh, Haibara.
Yeah, especially with Haibara's situation when he died, and he realized that at the end of every trail might be the, you know, the death of Jujutsu sorcerers and stuff like that. Right. And he felt like he needed to make a change in the world. You know, Yuki was a very big fuel in that, and you can see, you know, he was struggling. You know, the whole time he was struggling. He didn't know what was right. He didn't know what was wrong. He was told to listen to his heart, and his heart was telling him, you know, I hate monkeys. Every time he heard the rain, he heard claps. Because he saw the monkeys celebrating a girl death, a little girl.
Exactly.
And, you know, even depending on whatever cost that they believe the little girl had to go, it definitely wasn't worth it in the long run, which is, in his eyes, seeing them as inhuman, even though, you know, that's how he's describing them as monkeys in the first place. And then, even then, when he already made up his mind, he was like, you know what, let me even just still be a Jujutsu sorcerer, because, you know, that's just what the job is. And in the process of that, he went to the Nanako village, and they still were trying to frame the girls who didn't even do the massacre of kill somebody. They weren't the people that killed within that village, but they put them in like a little prison and blamed them. So he's further seeing the demise of humanity, how humanity is evil, and, you know, that's why he just rinsed them all out in the village. He didn't give a toss. You know, Ningens needed to go bye-bye, Goku Black style. So really and truly, man, Geto, this guy's a well-written character. You can see the way he's changed throughout the series, bro.
He's damn near one of the best written.
He actually is. He actually is one of the best written, man. And I think a lot of people even, it's like the Eren situation, right, where you can say Geto did nothing wrong, or, you know, when you do something that you feel like is equivalent, but because it's humans, you value it more, but you don't really see in the outside scope to every other animal, to every other thing, that you're just seeing it from a biased point of view, and he's just seeing it objectively as sorcerers are the people that would be able to reduce all of the cursed spirits that exist, whereas on the other hand, the humans are the people that are just creating this mess in the first place. So hey, he tried to do the shortcut of Yuki's method, and I think that he is next to Choso with the best rating characters in the show, man. His demise was sad. He tried to, take over Yuta as well, but he tried the best, man. He did try his best.
Wait, can you hear me, bro? My bad. I'm trying to make sure my headphones.
Yeah, we'll kill you, bro.
All right.
Yeah. No problem.
Make sure I'm clear.
Now this guy, I don't know who this guy is, bro. I mean, I know who he is in terms of like he's Zenin. Yeah, Zenin. Part of the Zenin people, I think. But he's pointless. He's void.
Let me zoom in. Let me get better.
That guy void, man. But he said
the one right after.
Say
Geto,
again,
right?
the one
guy right after Geto.
Yeah, the guy that was right after Geto.
Yeah, that's me. I think he was like, he was Zenin. A part, or was he like the head of the Kukuru unit or something? I mean, no.
Yeah, he's maybe one of the heads of the people. Yeah, the He unit. Yeah, I think so actually. So
he's pretty void in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because we don't really know nothing about him.
Yeah.
But let me see what these people are saying. They're saying Nanami best friend was the last pin. Yeah, exactly. Such a good character. Some people think he did nothing wrong. Yeah, exactly. It makes you think. I love characters that make people think. He reminds me of Hao from Shaman King. I actually forgot about Shaman King. I've never watched it when I was younger, but I don't remember too much about it. I can see why people say he did nothing wrong, but technically everything you do is technically neither right or wrong. Most people, such as girls, just trying to kill humans. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's the morality thing, man. A lot of people have debates about it to this day. So really, actually, you can never truly know. Let me see. Oh, okay, we've got some good characters there as well. Okay, so next up we have Satoru Gojo. We got Gojo, bro. So Gojo might be the only. No, Gojo is definitely the person we know the most about within Jujutsu Kaisen in terms of the past and the present. He is known to be the strongest. He has been through I wouldn't even say he's been through a lot, but what I will say is he has had his character development. He has had situations in which he needed to become better in himself and accept. And even though he had gripes and morality issues as well, deciding if he wants to kill the humans, if he doesn't want to kill the humans, if he wants to take the good route, the bad route, but Geto was keeping him in check the whole time. But you can see he could have lashed out at any moment. When he was able to figure out, what he wanted to do and how he wanted to go forward with life, he was a cocky guy. He was a cocky guy, and he believed that he could be anyone. He let his guard down, and then he got stabbed. Unfortunately, and what I will say, one thing about the writing, they made his relationship with Geto very good. They did very well with that. I think they really showed they emphasized how well of a best friend that he could be, and how best friends actually communicate. It was so realistic of how they communicate, how they have laughs, how they move around, how they travel from place to place. It was very realistic. And when the bounty happened, he was acting like an older brother to the girl. He was basically being teased, doing the teasing. He was teasing his classmates with Yuta. He's trolling her all the time, even up to this point. And then that's not also taking in consideration how Toji has really affected his life. Then he was able to master the infinity, do the domain expansions with time, and he just kept getting stronger and stronger and learning more things as time went on. What I will say about Gojo, because he's strong, people think that, Gojo's just strong, he has the infinity, but the layers behind that, it's not just he woke up and got the infinity. He did wake up and get the blue lights and limits, I will tell you that. But
right.
The infinity was there. The reverse curse technique is something he had to learn, he had to achieve. He then had to achieve how to actually be classified as a human and have morality in check, like permanently, which he was struggling with in the beginning. And I would actually go as far as to say his role now in saying that he wants to be able to help the next level of Jujutsu sorcerers to basically become like him, or to become stronger than that. His whole goal with you training Yuji, training Yuta, training Hakari, all these people to become the next generation. Taking away the higher ups because he wants them to be. He wants to, the next generation to be good. Like, kind of like in terms of the past and what Gojo went through and how he was able to evolve to the character he is now, dealing with the death of his best friend and what he had to do with his best friend, then going on to how he wants to, make sure that what he went through, what the Jujutsu Society is, how he wanted to change it. He definitely was one of the well-written characters in the show, and I'm gonna leave it with Lou, and I would even leave him with explaining the Sukuna and Gojo fight afterwards as well. So yeah, you take it away, man.
Yeah, bro. Everything you said was pretty spot on, pretty accurate. I ain't gonna lie, like nothing in there I could disagree with. As you said, like going further into it before his untimely death and unexpected abrupt death. He was showing a lot as far as his grand theme of who he really is, and that's like this lonely guy. Like the more you go into Gojo's character, you see how further and further lonely he got. Like he went from losing his friend to losing a few other friends, eventually getting trapped. Like these little things I just think about. Like he got trapped in a box, he's alone again. Like what I mean? Like his friend dies, he's alone. He gets put in a box, he's alone again. When it came to the final fight, he had to do it alone.
Yeah.
The way I look at how Gege wrote him, he was just supposed to express all this different form of loneliness just in this recent time and in this recent generation, and with his own personal circumstances that he went through. So I really did look at Gojo as that, like truly lonely. I seen him as somebody like the smiling and all the antics and the jokes. I know people like that in real life. They went through messed up stuff, but they're so funny. They're so electric. Like their personality seems so big. But what about when they're alone? You know what I mean? Like what about when they're by themselves? What about when they're so? You already know those types of people are more depressed. Even after his death, with speaking to Nanami, Nanami's like, "Look, bro, we seen you for who you were. You were truly actually just a perverted person when it came to Jujutsu sorcery. You didn't really care. You just didn't want to be alone. You didn't want to be by yourself. You wanted to be, one of the strongest, and you wanted other people to fill that hole because when you were when you were with Geto, you two were the strongest. It wasn't about being lonely because you were with your homies. You know what I mean? You was with your best man. So his mindset was not about that at all, and he didn't even consider that. But once this was taken from him, and once he had to keep striving through, and even fighting Sukuna, trying to get Sukuna to understand, like, bro, I'm just like you, bro. Like you think you alone? Like literally, you think you're the only person that's like this? Like, no, I'm trying to let you know that I'm the same as you, essentially. Like me and you carry this same burden. But the thing about Gojo was he carried this burden. He wasn't trying to throw it away. He wasn't trying to get past it. That's why I see his difference between him and Sukuna. That's how I even seen him losing to Sukuna before the battle essentially wrapped up. I'm like, Gojo, you're still guiding off of this past. You're still stuck there in a way. Like mentally, he's still stuck there. He doesn't want to be alone. He still wants to be like he was in the past. He wants somebody up there. You know what I mean? He wants somebody right there with him. So when I look at the type of guy he is, I wouldn't necessarily say he's one of the best written characters because of that slight theme of what he carried on to, but his theme of loneliness was very, very good to me. Like I honestly put him at like the highest peak of top tier writing. I wouldn't say best written because at the same time, Gojo is just like, if he wasn't being, I guess, helpful to his students, the guy was a dickhead. He's kind of like a little bit unlikable as a person. Like, like on his personal side, like the way his conduct was with other people, he's kind of unlikable in a way. Like, then when I think about the fact that he could have got Yuji and Megumi killed multiple times because he decided to throw them their missions. Now, I understand growth, but I can see if you were there to keep things from going to that point. You know what I mean? From Yuji wouldn't have lost hands to a first grade. He didn't even necessarily grow any stronger through that fight. He had to bail out and go to Sukuna. So I couldn't say he's one of the best written. I could say like this guy truly was in charge. Like he did satisfy himself through his own strength, and he didn't necessarily like. Even with Maki, he wasn't a good teacher. Like she said this, like he didn't really teach anybody anything because he was so strong. Like he can't even teach, so I can't even classify him as
That's low key, low key.
Yeah, like you can't even show me nothing. Like you know what I mean? Like the best he can do is be like, "Hey, bro, everybody got cursed energy and you can use it. Now try to use it." Like Kusakabe will break down cursed energy before he does. Like you know what I mean? And like I just looked at his arrogance a lot. Like Gojo he still like that's the thing. Like with him and Geto, if it wasn't for their traumas, they would still virtually be the same type of person. But that's the thing with Gojo. Like he still carried his other personality with him in that he was still pretty childish. He still was pretty careless and reckless about a lot of things. He still wasn't, respecting of his elders or the higher ups. He was threatening Gakuganji multiple times when he could have just obeyed the rules or simply been like, you know what, I might as well just take over from here for real since I am the head. He didn't really use his head. You know what I mean? He was a head that didn't use it as much. He was more so a brute. So he's like, I can just stop y'all from killing somebody instead of saying, this is the reason why we should. I'll just stop you because I'm a brute at the end of the day. I'm the strongest. So that's what his character was. He was the strongest, but he was lonely. So I look at that as top tier. I don't look at that as the best race because Gojo's personality isn't honorable. It isn't respectable. It isn't lovable. It's, if anything, if it wasn't for him being strong, everybody would say, "Get the fuck out of my face, Gojo." Like, go away.
That's low key.
Exactly. Like, that's why I like the question that Geto asks. Like, are you who you are because you're strong, or are you strong because of who you are? He was who he was because he was strong.
Did he ever figure it out?
Exactly. He never even
he didn't even figure out
anything. He was like, he just kind of panicked and was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try and borrow your philosophy. I'm not even gonna make this a personal thing for me. I'm gonna take from you. I'm gonna adopt your philosophy to these things. So Gojo was like the peak of a person being extremely arrogant but having so many good influence around him. He had no choice but to do the right thing. If Gojo was in the back of the Heian era, he'd probably be terrible. We'd be talking about the Six Sense was probably the most dangerous thing to ever even run into. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't for his clan being organized and orchestrated, I see Gojo being a threat to everything and everything.
Yeah, we really didn't get to actually.
I'll put him as top tier.
Yeah, because really and truly, I can see why he'll be top tier, and maybe I can see two things of why he would be best written and top tier, because when you look at Gojo, as you said, he was just alone and stuff like that. I feel like that's like an eternal conflict that he was, throughout the series trying to overcome. And he thought that he found the answer with Sukuna. But then, that answer wasn't really reached because, well, I mean, for him, it was reached. But for Sukuna, it wasn't. And that's why he was disappointed.
He couldn't even move him. Yeah,
exactly. And, as in character writing, when he did die, or quote unquote die, we do see him, at the airport. And when he was at the airport, you could definitely see how everyone described Gojo's character. They were saying, yeah, you're the same. We knew you were going to do that, because that's how you were before. That's your character. That's how you are. We knew you were going to be like that. You knew you were going to be, cocky with it as well. Like, even Nanami was saying it. Obviously, you can definitely see people saw him as a person that just cared about his own strength and he got off of it. That's what they were saying. Like, he got off his own strength and... in terms of him as a character traversing through the series, besides being alone, his character is based on the fact that Geto made him alone when he left, and then he just stayed alone the whole time until he was able to, find common ground with someone, which was the strongest. I mean, It's very tough because the only reasons I would say, he's best written is because he is a person that definitely, you can see he's definitely, rising the next generation. Every time someone's about to get executed, he comes in and like, nah, don't execute them. We're going to, train them up. We're going to make sure that they're good. We're going to make sure that we can, they could be the next, they could succeed me. And I'm not going to be here forever, of course. So when he does come into the fray, when he was released by Angel, I'm the person that's going to try and save the day. My students are watching me, so, I'm going to make sure that I can show out. You can see he cares about his students a lot. But when it comes to Jujutsu in itself, they kind of, I would even say, I'd go as far as to say, they kind of contradicted it by saying he only cares about, using his Jujutsu sorcery like to the max of potential and having fun with it. So I don't know that just because of that, it kind of took his character a little bit back for me as to why I'm not giving it best written. But he'll definitely be in top tier.
Top tier for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
The honored one.
And he said so many things that weren't true as well. Like, let me know if you start, bro.
Yeah.
So many things, bro.
He screwed up a couple times with his papers.
He kind of effed up, man. Yeah, he had everyone bamboozled, bro. Yeah, I'm putting all these NPCs are in void right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just slapping NPCs in void. But next one we have Kashimo. Kashimo, man. Hey, man. Oh.
Cash Money Mo.
For me, you know what? He doesn't pass decent for me, unfortunately, man. I think.
Yeah, he was pretty one track. Honestly, like his character was.
Yeah, he just wanted to fight Sukuna.
He came from a similar era with Gojo. He was like probably more than likely the strongest. Like,
I'm gonna lie,
he didn't see value. Yeah, he didn't care about people, so we can't say he has some type of morality towards it. He just wanted to like completely go through with his strength. He wanted to completely just test himself. He was like a mindless martial artist in a way to me, like mindful that he had a goal, but mindless in the fact that it's so one track. He's saving. He didn't even use his curse technique, and that's one thing that I did like about him. The guy was a walking domain.
Yeah, he was just a cool. He was just a cool guy that wanted to scrap people. I think he might even be trash, you know, low key. Like he's not. For me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not opposed to putting him in trash. But I'm happy to put in potential, but I don't really see much potential. The most about like him that we see is that he wanted to fight Sukuna because of the loneliness of being strong. But besides that, there's nothing more to his character. There's nothing more to his character. Yeah.
I could agree with that because, like, even like once we got to the dojo fighting Sukuna and all the tidbits of Kashimo talking amongst the students, he was looking pretty damn stupid half the time. Like, he literally was looking like a clown most of the time. Like, oh, so what about this guy? Y'all gonna look like, bro? Low key, just shut up, bro. Like, we get it. You got hands, you strong, whatever, but you just keep speaking out of term in a way that you just acting like you're gonna go out there and decimate somebody. Like, just relax, bro. We're taking our turn. The fact that Kusakabe was like, I can't, like, you couldn't even reason with him because this is the way I see it. I'm like, bro, you were so useful to killing Sukuna in a way. If you worked with everybody else's plan, if you worked with Kusakabe's plan, you could have went out there with Higuruma, my guy. You, Higuruma, and Yuta could have went out there and did some work. Y'all could have made a decent plan because you're a walking sure hit. You forced this guy to go forearm. You're a useful asset, but you refuse to be one. Put that nigga in the garbage.
I'm dead. Yo, no, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, bro.
No, you actually fair. Nah. If we're being real, because you know what's crazy? I fucked with his character, but the writing of his character is just brain dead, bro. It's brain dead.
Terrible. I'm like, bro, you were just a joke, damn near. Like, you are one of the strongest guys here, and you just want to go out there and just be a meathead. You don't want to strategize. You know nothing. You don't want to live a little bit longer. You're literally around the strongest fighters that you would ever had been around. And the fact you probably didn't even train that 1 month with everybody. Put that nigga in the garbage, bro. I'm calling the people, putting them in the speed dump.
Man said I'm exposing him.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he had beautiful technique, design, all that.
Yeah.
This nigga has the personality of a piece of paper, bro.
Nah.
Like, get him out of here.
It's interesting because for me, I'm not gonna lie, I would even put him at the high end of trash. He can go to decent, but only due to the fact that at the end when they had the little monologue, you know, he wanted to understand how it is to truly be lonely. But really and truly from that monologue, we learned more about Sukuna himself more than Kashimo. You know what I'm saying? So he's just like just to move on the plot, man. Like, yo, this guy's strong. You know, he's a cool guy. You guys can enjoy him for a bit, but I'm not gonna lie, like. In terms of character writing, there's nothing really, you know, there's no substance to him, man. I'm being real.
Facts, like, and if anybody's thinking that's what I'm doing, like, no, I am not trying to slandering him or anything. I'm speaking dead facts on the way that he's written as a character, because I would have loved to say he's damn near top tier. Or
Well,
I would love to say
well,
he
yeah,
had
yeah,
potential.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would love
Explosive,
to say,
explosive grape. You know, explosive
I
grape.
would
I'm gonna be
love to
real.
be like,
He's the goat, bro.
you know what I mean? I
fuck
would
with him,
love to
but
say some things. Exactly. Like he's
yeah,
fire as
he's
a
cold.
fighter
He's
and his
cold.
technique, all that.
Yes,
Bro, literally one of the hardest characters, one of the only lightning users that we have in JJK. Bro, everything
yes,
about him screams aura.
yeah,
But when you
exactly,
hear
bro.
him talk and you see his philosophy on the way he wants to operate and you see how he wants to go about his life and carry on, you're like, bro, you're a waste, bro. Like
His
because
purpose to come back just to fight
yeah, like
Sukuna, but like
exactly.
there's nothing really. I don't know, man. It's like there's nothing really that he can learn. He's just learning.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
Sukuna's strong. How did you deal with it, bro? Like I don't know, man.
yeah, like he's just trying to throw himself away. Like I feel like what would make him much better and put him on a way better higher rank inside of this tier list if bro was just like if he humbled up like Gakuganji and was just like, look, hey Kusakabe, I see you got some heavy hitters in this room. I already lost to one of these niggas in here, so I know y'all ain't some babies. Let me work with y'all. Let's come up with your plan. I'm gonna go with your plan. You send me out there however you want. If you want to be a crash dummy, be somebody's crash dummy then. Don't just be the crash dummy. Be somebody's crash dummy. If you want to go out there like a meathead, bro, you could do that, but you could do it in an organized fashion.
And
So
then
the
the
fact that
worst,
did not-
yeah.
he didn't have any type like bro. We could have got more use out of Ryu being there as a support character than this. I'm mad Ryu got smoked.
Yeah, that's
It should have been Kashimo right then and there.
that's low key. That's low key fact. Because even the curse technique, that they're saving up, saying, "Yo, this guy's gonna use this one-time curse technique," bro. It didn't even amount to anything, bro. It was
Exactly.
all he was able to do was land 2 punches of Sukuna, and then after that, we didn't even get to see the end of the curse technique. We didn't even get to see the end of the timer. He just got cooked.
He just got murdered. I was trying to give him two chapters of some change, bro. It wasn't even nothing more than 2.
Yeah.
So I feel like if he would have humbled up on a personal level as a character with a personality besides his strength and who he where he comes from, if his personality just decided to be a tad bit more humble, bro, we could place him on a higher position in this.
Yeah. But hey, that doesn't take away from him. It doesn't take away from the fact that his character designs fire. He has the lightning, which is one of the coolest. If this is the coolest list, he'll be top tier from you, man. He definitely will be top tier. So
literally,
you know what I'm saying?
We want to speak on great aura. He's top tier.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of aura, yeah, top tier, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll do aura. But hey, that's where Kashimo is for now, man. I'm be real, guys.
That's just a different topic for a different story for him.
Exactly. Next up, we have the man, the legend, Hakari Kinji. Cool.
But yeah, before Gege made him light skin out of nowhere because all the
Bro,
stereotypes.
I don't know how that happened, bro. I don't know how that happened, man.
I understand why it happened because literally when I saw he was black in the anime with Wiz, I thought further about his character when he got fully shown. The guy, he's dating the type of person that he's dating.
Yeah, all that stuff. You could tell the hair change and stuff.
Yeah, he gambles. He drinks. He's got Timberland boots on. Let this character have been black. I feel like it'd be more complaints from fans than adoration. Let's make him a Japanese guy full on because all the stereotypes that he was a degenerate that didn't complete school. I know a lot of niggas like that.
That's true. That is true.
He had the worst scores. All of his whole, the way he could have looked as a completely black person in Japan with his stereotypes as a character, it would have been bad. But
low key,
make him Japanese, it's better. You know what I mean? I see.
I kind of see it. I kind of see it.
Bro, Michael Jackson. Think about that. He was doing Michael Jackson moves and Timberland.
Yeah, he was doing moves and I feel it.
He was definitely meant to be a black character, but I'm sure Gege is a little bit more conscious of.
The stereotypes and stuff like that.
So, but if we scratch all that and we get down to the nitty gritty of he is as a character,
he has substance. You got substance,
bro. No bias, but I put him as one of the best written characters because.
Whoa.
We gonna go there because I'm gonna speak on it. It's like
best written.
Yeah, I probably put him at low tier best written, not as like one of the best
Yeah,
low tier best written, but still best written because his entire philosophy on jujutsu, society itself, and the way those two things intertwine. Not only that, he has passions of his own besides seeing his way of how the world works, bro. I'm like, this character is one of the more polarizing characters, and he would not be if he didn't have such a large fan base. If he was a run of the mill character, C-list type guy, nobody would have these certain things to say about him. And the way I pay attention to these details, bro, that Fever speech moved me. It was one of my favorite speeches in manga here, manga period, bro. Like, I'm just like, his whole thought process, even how we looking at him right now, bro, he's getting so much good chops. If you remember how Gege even said how this guy was gonna be before he got around.
Yeah, the anticipation
so
for him. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, y'all, he's busted. Y'all not gonna like him. I'm not gonna lie.
He's actually busted.
Y'all gonna have to look at him a certain way. Even how I'm looking at Ume dealing with him during the fight. Ume is like, bro, he's comparing him to the likes of people like Sukuna, bro. Like, she's like, bro, this guy is not like everybody else.
And hey, she knows Sukuna. Like, knows.
He's like, we don't, exactly. He's like, bro, we don't care. He does not care about what you people care about. He is completely in a league of the strongest, the most top. His mindset. This is just mindset that Urume. And Urume has this experience. She's walked beside the strongest sorcerer for years, I'm sure. Bro has knowledge. This is not him talking out the back of his neck. You know what I mean? This is him seeing his experience in another experienced fighter.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were just talking about Kashimo Mo, who he decimated. So not decimated, but who he looked on. Like, he was just like, you know, this guy right here is above top tier to me because of his character, his design choice. The fact that his whole domain is based around a love manga, bro. Like, this guy is silly, but he's
love train,
like, he's unserious, but he's so serious at the same time. I cannot place him anywhere below one of the best written characters in the story. His whole gambling is love, gambling is control. That's real shit, bro. He's really saying
he's got some real he definitely has some real stuff. Really and you can see that his mentality is different. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, bro. Like, as just a teenager, bro, his scores weren't high in jiu-jitsu school because that's not what he cared about. He cared about other things of a higher standard, a higher degree. This is a teenager running an underground gambling ring at the same. When is a teenager just gonna do that, bro? Like, that's what I'm like. There's teenage gangbangers with no lead, but this guy is leading everything from the shadows. Even when it came to him as a character itself, Gojo pulled up on Yuta and said, "Hey, go check on everybody, but don't worry about Hakari."
Don't worry about that guy. Don't worry about that guy.
Don't even go looking for him. He's okay. I'm not. If Gojo's like, bro, he's alright. Like, I'm not even worried.
And this guy's running his own organization, bro. Even if he's rigging sometimes and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Hey, he's got his own thing.
Yeah, like, he's making the scripts up himself. He's got people here spending money. And the fact that he's like, that's why I hope that the good guys win. I want to see Yuji work for him. I'm not lying. I want to see Yuji go work for him in that gambling ring. I want to see them actually have that deal come into fruition, because that's the thing about Hakari. He's all about deals. But at the same time, when it comes to people and saving people, he's on the up. That's when he's the most fired up, bro. Like, when he's literally about what he's about, when it comes to the real shit.
Yeah, he's him exactly. And you know what? As I said before, you're right. Wait,
yeah, I'm good.
See. Okay, cool. Kani G says, "You all are biased. He definitely doesn't deserve to be best rated." That's a loose opinion at the end of the day. You know, he thinks that he's best rated.
Yeah, and I'm free to understand why you disagree instead of saying that I'm biased. You
know, just right why he's not. Yeah, that's
just
it.
Provide me reasons why I don't like. You know what I mean? So I would love to hear everybody else's reasons why instead of saying I'm biased.
Exactly.
I am, but at the same time, I'm so detailed in every other description. I'm not gonna boost him somewhere that I don't believe he belongs. You know what I mean? I am biased because I like him as a character, but not who, like, his whole philosophy, how he's written. This is Gege that wrote him, and
Gege did. He did right.
You see what I'm saying? So I would love to hear the reasons why instead of being called outright biased. But like I said, GX, I'll let you take it from there.
Hey, no problem, man. I think when it comes to Hakari, there's a lot of things I do like about this guy. I love the the moral code he stands by. I love how, you know, the fever, he understands the people. I like how Gege has written him as the person that's like, yo, this is the person that you need to get if you need to accomplish a mission, because he's, you know, reliable, because he has the luck. You know, even when it came to Charles, you know, with the manga and stuff like that, he understood, yo, you know what, Charles, even though you now feel like you've lost your purpose, don't worry, I got you. I'll make you hate me. So then after that, you know, you're able to find a new, you know, path, vision, how you want to, you know, orchestrate your life and stuff like that. Teaching him while basically he's fighting. And then after that, you know, his jackpot, saving Panda. Even when he's fighting Kashimo, bro, he's like, Kashimo, I'm going to let you get what you want, and I'm going to keep your, you know, we're going to do a binding vow. I don't know what they did. He said, I'm going to keep my word. Hey, if you want me to let you fight Sukuna, I will let you fight Sukuna. Hey, you know me? Don't get in between their fight. I'm coming in. Like, Hakari is a real nigga. I think that's the only way to describe it. He's just real. That is a real character, and he's always there at the right time, bro.
And I feel like a lot of people that disagree is because they're simply probably even thinking about if we're adding on to his strength. Bro, I'm not talking about his strength at all. GX is not talking about his strength at all.
I'm not even talking
We
about
are talking about how he is on a personal level as a person, as a character, how he is written.
He's solid.
We are not
He's
even
solid,
talking
man.
about anything that he could do, because what's understood don't even have to be explained. I'll even throw that out there. You know what I mean? But regardless of feats, the way he is written, bro, this is good eats, bro. If you like to read deeper characters, he's one of them. Tell me Kashimo's deeper than him. Tell me Yuta's deeper than him, and I will find a liar right then and there.
I think you know what's crazy? I ain't gonna lie, Yuta ain't even deeper than him.
He's not.
Yuta's actually not deeper than him.
One track as a character.
No,
he has
true, that's facts.
Damn near dualistic in his ways. He's like, I'm a gambler, degenerate, but I'm all about helping people.
Yeah, exactly. And he's solid. He's solid.
Yeah, and then, like, another thing to bring up, people kind of hate on Hakari because they're like, oh, he's just another run-of-the-mill lucky character. This is why I say I pay attention to details, because what was stated as far as anything with his luck, Hakari said himself, I use skill to grab a hold of luck. This is not bum luck. So stop trying to compare him to Haruta, talking about his luck going to run out. I need people to stop, because that guy is a bum compared. This is skill-based luck.
Even
Haruta
the fight.
Even aware.
Even the fights having Yurume, look at it. You know he used jackpot hella times. You can see that already, man. And
this is skill-based luck, bro. It's not regular luck.
You know, let's now let me think. If we're gonna say why he is not, you know, best written, you could say he's not best written because longevity. If I'm being real, that's the only way. I think, you know, because of longevity. That's the only reason I could think about, you know, him not being best written. Because what about his character is flawed or bad? There's nothing really flawed or bad. He's been straight solid about what he is, what he's about, how his luck is, you know, it has influence within the show, how he depends on it. You know, he got kicked out because of his curse technique, and you know, whatever he did, I don't know what he did, but they don't like his curse technique. You can see he's up to date with the times. He wants to build a big organization to be able to achieve something one day and to go with everyone's fever, with everyone's fever, and be able to manipulate it. And on top of that, he tried to take over the Zenin clan. Like, you can see he has big dreams, big hope, big moves that he wants to make. I'm not gonna lie, for me, I will put him as top tier, and the only reason he's not best written is because of longevity. I want to see how they close out his chapter or how he finishes. That's for me. That's the only thing.
Before we make the final verdict, let me say this slight counter argument to what you said. As I partially agree, I want to do throughout this slight counter argument.
Exactly.
So if we don't call a spade, and we are being real here. Okay, we got Geto up there at one of the best written, right?
Yeah.
All we got from Geto was that flashback story. A little bit of Volume 0, but that mostly just that flashback story. Which, how many chapters was that Gojo flashback?
It was like 8.
6 chapters, right? Six to 8 chapters, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was like from 70, something like that, 60, 70, all the way to like 78, 79, something like that. Something like that.
Right. So that's my counter argument. I'm like, Geto wasn't even around that long, but we can all say he's one of the best written. This is my thing. This is what Gege does that's so well to me. We don't need to be with these characters for the whole series to understand them. We still got Miwa. We still got other characters. We still got Kamo. We still got plenty of other characters that are going to be in the story, but aren't even written into the story currently, or written out. We still got Todo. He's written out of the story. So my argument to that is like, we didn't even get Geto that long. We didn't get some of the other best written characters that damn long. But we gonna say Hakari doesn't have enough time. He's been here damn near longer than Geto, if not the same amount of chapters as Geto ongoing. Well. And he's still alive. So we have more to see by the end of the story. So that's why I'm like, with Gege's writing style, he's very good at giving somebody's character in a short amount of time.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to give you all that time to flesh it out and understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. And you know, I even agree with that. But I will then also say, Geto's, and you know, Yabo Plank said it as well, that his character came full circle earlier as well. So you can, you know, definitively say, you know, Geto had this happen, and then this was the end. And he came to an end. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, Hakari, I think by the end of the series, he could be. That's how I legit think.
Yeah, I say EO is best written. So now, since he's not gone, top tier.
Yeah, I mean, Choso's there and he's not gone, but he has so much stuff that he just OP written, Choso, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Choso, he has more of a background history and all that, so yeah, that's super fair. But even with Geto, we don't really know about much of his background, but we just know what he went through in that short amount of time, and we put him up there. So you know what?
Hold on, did you guys... Yabo Plank tried to say... Yabo Plank tried...
What's going on?
Wait, what happened?
I don't know, I don't know if he's changed his mind or not. He said, matter of fact, he's trash. I need some little bit more.
I hope he's not saying. I hope he's saying Hakari's trash. Wait, hopefully I'm not reading this correct. Wait, Hakari's significance or impact pales in comparison to top. Oh, he's trying to say Hakari's trash. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be so honest. If you believe he's trash, along with Kashimo and Awasaka, you're reading Lobomi Kaisen, bro. And the reason I'm saying that, if we're being real, and even what did Exposure Gray said? He said he's not interesting yet. The guy owns a whole gambling ring where he rigs it so then he can be able to get more money to take over the whole country and expand. I don't know. To me, that's interesting, and that's not even talking about his domain. That's not talking about the behavior patterns he had with Yuji, the communication the tight communication he has with Kurara. How in the first place he was even kicked out of Jujutsu High, why Gojo had so much faith in him, exactly, and how rough his cursed energy is, so much stuff.
I don't even think he comes from a sorcerer family. Like, he's just here, and he beat up a higher up, then he got kicked. So I'm like, bro, I look at this as really good writing as a character. So I'm like, bro, his whole attitude, the way he is, how he carries himself, his mindset, his comparisons to the greats, I can't put him nowhere else. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, personally, he's best written. Yeah. But I can see why if people need a little bit more juice, you know what I'm saying? You need another drink.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. Don't worry. He will be there. But
exactly. So I'm like, hey,
let's
sit him at top tier until y'all are satisfied with him. You know what I mean? So if that's what it's gonna take, then that's super fair. I understand.
I'm actually, one thing I will say, I'll even go as far to say, for now, let's have Gojo above him for now, because I'm not gonna lie, Gojo is complete. There is stuff that people could say for Gojo, I can even agree with that. But what I will say, Hakari, in my opinion, will end the series maybe one of the best written in the series, depending how they go about it, you know? Depending how they go about it. That's
after the ending of the, especially how this fight with Urume turns out, like you said, depends on how it goes. So
I mean, look at the faith in the comrades that just happened as well, man. Like, I don't know, man. He's that guy. He's that guy, bro.
Like Hirara said, bro, he's at his best when he's helping others. I'm like, come on, man, that's stuff. Like, so yeah, we can send him at top tier until we get some more. I'm actually.
I even forgot I actually forgot she said that. But when he's helping others, that's cold.
Like, remember, here's my whole personal theory too as to why he got kicked out of Jujutsu Society for school. Remember when we got the pictures of how him and Kirara looked?
Yeah.
Kirara was more so, as characterized to look more male.
Yeah.
So, given that Kirara is a certain type of person that has certain types of beliefs or values, I'm sure the higher-ups had something to say, especially with the type of technique Kirara has. Even the name itself means Pretty Star, which is... it's a unisex name, by the way, for those that don't know. Kirara's name could be meant for a boy or a girl.
Interesting.
So literally, the higher up definitely could have took note of Kirara's personality and technique, and just didn't like him overall. And Hakari, being the person that he is, that is the most fired up when he is helping others, saw that this dude had a crazy technique and was like, "Bro, how are y'all gonna shit on this person, regardless of what they are into or whatever?" And that's probably why he ended up beating higher up's ass. But that's just my own personal theory, based on the slight little.
Yeah, it makes sense. I get that.
Details together. Yeah.
I'm trying to see
Like I'm saying,
where was the younger version of them? Do you remember what chapter it was or where they were at?
It wasn't in a chapter. It was the character designs that.
The character designs. Yeah,
I think it was for like Jump Festa last year, where like he drew old school Tengen and
all the people.
And Hakari. Yeah, he just drew how they used to look. So that's why I'm like, based on how Kirara used to look versus now, I'm sure the higher up had something to say. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. Couldn't express himself fully and stuff like that. Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. And this is Japan at the end of the day, so back then they weren't so expressive.
They weren't like that. Yeah, exactly.
Very conservative.
No, I agree, and yeah, man, top tier. No doubts about that. This guy could go void. Haruto, I'm not gonna lie, he low-key could go in void. I don't really like him anyway, but he can go in void. I don't even know do we even get any explanation about him like that?
You said Haruto?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The thing just went away. You mind bringing it back up for me so I can look at the tier list a little bit more?
Oh, you can't see it?
Like just disappeared.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it had disappeared for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
But Haruto, as far as Haruto as a character, bro just provided that he would, just
he got luck. I don't know.
Essentially, yeah, like he was a bottom feeder fighter. One thing I did like about Haruto, if I could say I like anything, was his self-awareness of this fact. He was like, "Look, bro, I'm a bum. I'm more suited for sneaking little bums like myself and just staying my bum self over here with my bum life and my bum luck." So I just look at Haruto as a self-aware bum. Interesting. I can see as far as his luck and how all that worked out.
That was interesting as well. No, I think he's enough not to be void. I had potential.
Yeah, or
he could have been something. I feel like maybe
I would say decent.
Decent.
But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead though.
Interesting.
Where you might
I low key would put him in high potential because I think that when it comes to Haruto, he's a character that definitely, we don't know how his upbringing or anything like that was per se. That the miracle in his eyes, it was very interesting curse technique. He was well written in the fact that he's just a hater. As someone said in the chat as well, he's just a hater. That guy just wanted to do stuff. He's self-aware, yeah. Like I can't be this person. I'm gone. Like, but he didn't try, do more than necessary or less than necessary. I think he just had potential, but I think that comes with time. I don't think he rivals in character writing in comparison to Angel, Kusakabe, Gakuganji, and stuff like
Absolutely
that.
Not. Yeah.
I'll just say he had potential. He could have been something.
Yeah. He was here for what he was here for, but he was just so much of a dumbass that he ended up killing himself on accident.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's his fault.
I could see where you say that. I could agree in a way.
Yeah,
I couldn't really, because I'm like, when I say decent, it's like where I come from saying decent. Like usually it can mean good, but at the same time it could also mean like you just in between. We don't really
okay.
About you. Yeah. We don't necessarily got nothing bad to say about you as far as who you are. So that's why I'm like, I can see why I would put him at decent in my head, but I'm like, had he just not accidentally killed himself, where would Haruto be right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He might have been more interesting. You never know.
Yeah, he might have been like some comedic relief in the culling games. Like he just stumbled there and he keeps living because of these luck charms that he has in his face. So he probably did have a little bit of potential, but I just liked his self-awareness of the fact that he was just like, look, I ain't that strong. So let me keep attacking these dudes with suits on and shit because I know they ain't got cursed energies. Let me just do what I gotta do.
He was definitely good at getting being up though. I'll give him that though. That guy said, "Is Yuji even on the list?" Yeah, Yuji will come soon. Don't worry, man. Yeah, Nanami did great for sure, man. I'm not gonna lie. A good character. There's actually a lot of characters left. Hey, we might have to speed run. But let's see. Yeah, so let's do this quick then. Higuruma actually might be in best written. And the reason I'm saying that is because
Yes, I
he
agree.
actually is a person that had a lot of character development. We've seen the past. We've seen why he became what he became. We saw him awaken his curse technique, similar to how Junpei did. We then saw him, become a judge and, executioner at the same time. We saw him against Yuji, but then he was able to understand Yuji and how humans are when they give in to what they're guilty about. And changing, and even himself, he couldn't even live with himself on how he was able to kill people in the first place, especially the two people that he killed at the beginning when they gave an unfair verdict. And because of that, he's able to, he had a quick domain expansion, quick reverse curse technique. They gassed it up. They were even saying, "Yo, this is one of the best characters when it comes to, learning jujutsu in general." He was a natural, and he was one of the smartest too. I'll put him in best written because there was a lot about him that people loved, and even I can say maybe I'll put Choso, then him, then Geto, and even then he might even be first. His character is well done. What do you think, man?
I would agree that he's definitely one of the best written characters. One of the reasons that I put him in best written when I first got introduced to his character in the time that we did is the same kind of argument that people have with Hakari, which is pretty funny to me, low-key, but it all still makes sense. But he was around for a short time, but even that short time, I was able to grasp everything that I needed to about him as far as potential, his future, his future, where he could go, where he comes from. He's genius, he's already extremely smart. What really piqued my more interest in him as far as potential was reading the Gojo versus Sukuna fight weekly and seeing how that one panel where he had his hand on his face and he was where everybody's, Sukuna, not Sukuna, Kusakabe is so many characters, bro. Kusakabe is explaining domain amplification, and Higuruma is I think I understand. And then next thing you know, once he starts fighting with Sukuna sends those flashes, and he's just boom, turns it on.
Yeah,
Sukuna's he just used domain amplification. So I'm looking at this guy as bro, he's so smart, and I really love that about him. That he was taking note of certain things, he was paying attention, he was really doing his work, bro. He was really cooking. He was, he was here for just a short time, and we don't even his death is still damn near up in the air. I feel like Gege just kind of got to a point where he realized, hold on, I think I really like this guy.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Gotta get him out the way for right now.
Yeah,
so maybe maybe he still is.
He might even be there.
We don't know. Yeah, and I'm since Yuta is being taken back, I'm maybe since Yuta's there, he might be able to bring Higuruma back with him if Yuta was to heal himself. So
Higuruma definitely.
Circumstances. Yeah, I'm I really like his character, especially with the short amount of time I was able to get attached to him in a way where I just didn't want to see him go. I wanted to see him fleshed out. I wanted to see what he had to offer. His past, the amount of points that he had in the Cullen game was even more poetic because, like you just said, those first two people that he killed were also added on to the first 100 points that he ended up making. And out of him and Kashimo that had 100 points, he had 102 points. And those same 2 points he gave to Yuji, I found that so beautiful and so full circle as far as writing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
He was in this fucked up situation, and the first two people he killed, he ended up sacrificing those points to Yuji. So I'm
and he was even happy to accept his fate, man, and go to jail after all this is done as well. So you can see that this guy is a righteous, he's a very good and righteous individual, but obviously to the point where he's come to acceptance of his fate and what he has become, and he's not shying away from it. He's facing it head on, and that's not even including. You just at the end of the day, this character is someone that you could just get the truth out of, man. You can see he's a very honest person. You can see he's someone that wants the best for the world and stuff like that. He's a very, very well written character, and passed on his legacy. Just how he gave it to Yuji, and they gave the 2 points to Yuji. Then at the end, he gave the sword to Yuji and said, "You got it from here, man." So really and truly, you can see his humanity. He saw his humanity and his old self in Yuji, and let Yuji carry on his will and stuff like that. So Higuruma definitely one of the best written.
That's right. Yeah.
Now Ijichi, look at that.
He's decent, bro. That's my man.
Yeah, that's.
When he got stabbed, I was about to cry. I was like, "Yo."
Hey, I ain't too mad at decent, I ain't too mad at decent.
Because like his personality, bro, he's a really cool support character, and he's not strong or anything. But he's just always around. He's like one of those people that you just know, like, hey, there's that one guy, like he's cool as shit. Like you don't interact with him that much, but you're like, hey, I like this guy over here. Like he's really cool. No problems with him. Like he's awesome.
And he knows where he is. He knows where he is. Yeah, you know exactly. What he can do. He knows what he can't do. Like, yeah. No, that's true. As a character in character writing, this guy didn't even think Gojo rated him in the first place, and he was like, "Yo, I like you because you're one of the people I trust the most." And he was like, "Damn, really? Damn."
Yeah, he fight against Sukuna, bro. Yeah.
Exactly, and he helped. So yeah, man, I'll put him in decent, man. Someone put him in trash, but I don't think his character is trash. I'm not gonna say that, man. I would be like,
I don't think he's a trash character, bro. He's a staple for Gojo. Gojo has
exactly. Exactly.
That's not vain. You know what I mean? Imagine if Gojo. Because think about it. Gojo's friends were all dying. Ijichi was one of those people that was in the past with him as a friend, and he even was telling him like, Ijichi, you need to drop this sorcerer shit, bro. So I'm seeing that as being important. Yeah, like I feel like Gojo probably would have been in more despair knowing Ijichi got killed. I'm not.
That's his boy. That's his boy, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Bro, he's really cool, bro. I fuck with Ijichi.
Utime, low key, I was even gonna put in high potential. Because I don't know, it's not really to base it off, innit?
I like her too. Yeah, like
and she's entertaining.
I would say had potential or decent, but I can say had potential. I like her curse technique reveal finally. I feel like it was damn near like plotted to the story in a way, but I can still see since she had no curse technique, she can have any curse technique. You know what I mean? This is still his story at the end of the day, so I can't really say what's plot device or not, but. In a way, I can't be like, because how the hell did she just pop up with a dancing technique that just makes your curse energy better? She should have been using that shit from the face.
Yeah, she should have been using.
You know what I mean? Like, so many other incidents happen, like the demon parade, like a lot of people use that seance, lady.
Yeah, buffing everyone and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. Like a lot of sorcerers got killed, so you could have damn near helped out. So I would damn near put her at decent, but I could see fair achieving that happen because she's still alive. And she could still be behind the scenes. Like, people are saying, like, where is she? I'm like, Shoko, if she's healing people, potentially, then I'm sure Urahime has to be there amplifying Shoko. Because it wouldn't make sense to say that she has this amplification ability, and Shoko's a half-ass healer. No, Shoko should be better at healing right now if Urahime's still alive. They could have went back in that building and get Gakuganji.
Hey, maybe they're doing it now, Maybe they're doing it now, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, she could be here right now, helping in the back.
Yeah, doing bits and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's the potential.
Yeah,
I agree with you with that one. And this is Jinichi, right? This might be Jinichi, and I think I would just put it void. Don't really know too much about him.
Jinichi's pretty void. He had a fire technique, and he was Toji's brother. That's all.
Yeah, he just got cooked. Put in the oven, man.
Got beheaded by his own niece. So I'm just like, yeah.
Damn, that's tough. That is tough. So now, next we have Jogo. Can't lie. Hey, we're gonna just say from the get go is I'm putting in the top tier. I'm putting in the top tier. Yeah, man. The reason I'm saying top tier is because. Let's actually look at it for what it is. So first he became like a disaster curse, and after that, he was cocky about Gojo and stuff like that. He accepted his fate already when he got smacked up by Gojo about what they can and can't do. Everything he does is with the the involvement of being able to help the future of disaster curses. So when Dagon, quote unquote, when Dagon did die, then he just came in the car and it was like, yo, I feel bad. I didn't want this to happen. This is something I want to be able to, I want to redeem my friend, because at the end of the day, even though the curses, they still have feelings, they have friends. He was helping a lot with the plot. In terms of plotting what next to do, talking with Geto or Kenjaku in that time, saying, oh, yo, how are we going to, make this plan? Or this plan doesn't make sense. He was really involved in the plan and how they wanted to activate it. And then on top of that, you can see that when he was speaking with Sukuna, you can see how much faith they had in Mahito as well. He was willing to leave everything aside to just make sure that the future of disaster curses or curses to come would be able to overrule the humans. And that's why even he ended up crying, because he was even told by Sukuna that yes, you are strong, given a human reaction afterwards, and then, you know, a tear falling down. You can see that he was always wanted to be in that similar position where they are the head honchos, and he can't wait to see his friends again in the afterlife in another wasteland. So yeah, I think his character is well done. The purpose of his character was done well. He came in, he basically was able to lead the lines. People say Mahito, but I think he was leading the lines in making sure that everything was in order between the rest of the curses. Obviously Kenjaku was, you know, manipulated from the back. Kenjaku was the puppeteer, and he was the person that was leading. So he was leading the lines, and then after was activating. When things went wrong, he dealt with it. When it went right, you know, he made sure that he did his job, fed Sukuna the fingers. He does everything. He did everything to make sure that the disaster curses could win, and I have to respect it. Me personally, I'll put it in top tier.
I like that you just said all that, bro, because you kind of gave me a different perspective. Because now that you're saying, like, literally, now that you're saying all this, I'm realizing that my entire perspective on Jogo is completely opposite. I feel like he's a good, like, written character. I would damn near just say, like, I want to put him at best high tier decent, because of some of the points that you brought up. Just opposite perspective, like. He was chasing humanity so much, when what Sukuna was like is, bro, the reason you stagnant and strength right now is because you stopped believing in yourself. You, after the Gojo thing, like how you said, he was willing to give up certain plans and stuff like that to further Mahito. I saw that as a form of weakness in a way, because how Sukuna pointed it out was, bro, you should have burned everything, bro. You should have. If you wanted to really be up here with me right now, expanding your domain instead of opting not to, you should have burned everything. I feel like Jogo is top tier decent because he had the formula. He had the Krabby Patty secret formula in his hand, but he walked across a crack with a damn vent at the ground, and it just fell through. Like, he just dropped the ball in a way after his loss with Gojo. And Sukuna pointed that out. He was like, bro, ever since your fight with Gojo, you don't seem too confident, bro. Like, you don't seem like you really want to be in this position. And then literally the fact that he gave the position to Mahito when Jogo literally could have just kept burning shit, just kept going with his philosophy, just kept going. Like, he literally, after Hanami got murdered, Hanami got murdered, and then Dagon got murdered, bro showed up, had a little bit of ambition for his comrades, and damn near wiped half our cast down in just one move, essentially. So I looked at Jogo as somebody that had plenty of potential, that had the formula, that had the motivation to be strong. It's just that, unfortunately, this motherfucker ran into Gojo, and he hasn't been the same since. He was afraid to expand domains. He was fighting more on a cowardly side. He was trying to, instead of running up on Gojo outright, he's like, hey, Gojo, I'm killing people. Look at me. Bro, run up on him and fight him. This is what you're here for. You're trying. You know what? You have a mission. Yeah,
that's a very good point. But then now that you've said that, it actually emphasizes why he's actually much more of a better character. And the reason I believe that is because you said that he now changed his ways, and Sukuna told him that as well and stuff like that.
Yeah,
if you really think about it, then that just shows you how much he didn't care about himself anymore after meeting Gojo. He saw something. He saw something, unreachable in his opinion, and he got humbled. And then he even said, you know what, if it's not me, it's someone else. So he basically just became a humble person. He went through that character development where he thought that he was on top of the world. He was like, I'm gonna beat this Gojo guy, even though he was told he can't beat the Gojo guy. And then when he actually got humbled, he then started thinking as a group. He then thought about more than himself. He then thought, how am I going to make sure that everyone is able to eat? And that's by reviving Sukuna, being able to, that's it. That's what he said. He's like, my job is to survive, revive Sukuna, so then all of us can eat and we can all, take over the humans and stuff like that. So really and truly, I feel like that development in of itself was the reason why he is a top tier candidate. Because even though I can see why someone will say he had the potential, I can also see that potential was met in the fact that he changed his ways and he didn't meet the criteria for being a curse, but that's because he wanted to be human. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't want to be a person that will destroy the whole everything anymore. Like, he changed from that. He changed from that perspective, and he changed to a person that wants to save or not save curses and lead curses, and that's why he got emotional over curses with names and all of this stuff. So yeah, I think
That's true.
that's
But
the
he was
reason
like the
I'll
first
be him
person I've
totally.
seen cry too.
Exactly.
Or no?
Exactly.
No, I've seen
Dagon.
Dagon cried when he found out they died. So yeah, but honestly, bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, my opposite perspective to yours definitely helps yours way better than it helps mine. Because it's like literally, honestly, looking the way I was viewing him, I'm like, you were stagnant to me because you chased this humanity, and you are not a human. You are a curse. That's why I loved Mahito. He enveloped himself in what he really was. He didn't want to be a human, though he looked like one. He was like, bro, I want to be a curse. Jogo looked like a curse, but he wanted to be a human.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
why I could definitely go with your perspective for sure over mine is because of that simple fact right there. Had Jogo abandoned all of those other ideals and kept being like, you know what, I'm gonna just keep earning shit, he wouldn't have developed on a character level. And
Exactly.
that's what we also have to bring back into this. I'm speaking directly to the chat when I say this as well. We're not talking about strength. We're not talking about power. We're not talking about ability. We are talking about character writing, how well they are as a character on an individual scale. We are not talking about how powerful they are. So I'm like, when I'm looking at him, literally, had he not changed his mind or had got humbled by Gojo, he would be more of a one-track minded character and not so much so as developed as somebody. You know, he's not really developed in here. He just
Yeah, he'd just be a lesser Mahito, you know. He'd just be a lesser
And
Mahito.
before he even fought Gojo, he was just running around burning everybody up.
Yeah.
Had he kept doing that, he would just be this, you know, he'd just be looked at as like this
Simple-minded. Yeah.
curse. Yeah, like simple, one-track minded curse that just wants to burn everything. But literally those things that happened to him getting humbled, him running into Sukuna the way he did, even what happened after fighting Sukuna, having a human emotion being expressed out of his body before death, I could definitely see why. Like literally, my mind is definitely changed when you put that perspective up, because I'm looking at the shit. But when I jump the side of the fence and I see, you know what I'm saying, grass is green over here, that's some good, you know what I'm saying, that's good cooking with their Jogo's characterization. And he wasn't around long, but he was around long enough for his whole everything to come full circle. He damn near died more human than he was a person.
Yeah, that's facts, you know, like, bro.
Yeah.
Even going as far as to say, like, if let's say curses are humans and the humans are curses, this guy is probably the most human out of everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's actually the most human out of everyone, and the demeanor, he cares about his friends, he does everything to protect his friends, he tries to make sure his friends can live in a place that is somewhere livable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see his whole demeanor change after that Gojo thing, man. He completely changed, and I think that's the progression and the good character writing that he got, you know. And someone wrote in the chat, Explosive Grape, he added, it doesn't have to be laughing in the wasteland, as long as curses live as humans, it's fine. And that was a Jogo quote. So Jogo, hey, he was spitting, bruh. That guy cared.
That kind of does wrap him up in a way, like that symbolizes everything that Demir is about. He's just with the furtherment of his species, his race. He just wants to further them, and that's selfless in of itself.
Exactly. And yeah, man. So top tier, I'm assuming you agree with that.
For sure. You changed my mind.
Nice. I mean, that's why we have the discussion, you know. Because usually you get the stuff
and perspectives, especially with no bias in there.
Yeah, exactly. So, Hanami. I'm not gonna lie, I would put Hanami in.
I couldn't really look at Hanami as like.
It's hard. That one's hard.
Much. Yeah. Like, I kind of just looked at Hanami damn near like. Well, I'm just with my homies, and I'm just doing what they doing.
Yeah, I might put it in trash, bro.
Yeah,
I might put it in trash.
Damn near, like he didn't really have. Like, I mean, if it was something to Hanami, we would have got it. You know what I mean? Hanami didn't even have eyeballs, bro. He couldn't even look you in the eye.
Yeah, bro.
He was type of person he was. So like, yeah, I could be like,
Hanami cares about, you know, the land and the nature and stuff like that, but I think he just did as he's told. He just did as he's told, really. Like,
like he was going off of Jogo's philosophy for real, the way I looked at it. Because
I mean,
even when with Geto and stuff, or Kenjaku, when he was talking to Kenjaku after Jogo had his head ripped off, it was because of Kenjaku putting that in his head. He was like, "Hey, so if y'all really humans, you would go just saving, right?" Which he wanted him to do, but that's what Kenjaku was doing as a manipulator. He's trying to give him a mindset that he doesn't really have. If they started chopping down trees and stuff, if he would have mentioned some trees, he would have been over there. He wouldn't have to say anything. But
yeah, I think he didn't even. I don't even think he agreed with the whole plan the same way as everyone else. I think he had like he cares about them a little bit or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
even though that's the case,
like I'm not trying to.
Yeah, man. And Explosive Grape said that was slandering him. But if I was to ask you, Explosive Grape, what did Hanami characterize? Do that you're like, yeah, can't lie. Hanami's a great, amazing character. Exactly. I mean, I'm open-minded to it. I'm open-minded, but I don't know what.
That person is notable to be anywhere else, damn near but trash and/or have potential, because that's damn near where I put.
Yeah, because really and truly had potential. I don't know what potential you would have had. I feel like he died. I don't know what his potential could have been. What else could I have seen him do? You know?
Yeah, because I'm like, the way I view Hanami. I mean, here's the thing too. This is why I love Gege details. Pay attention to the way that Hanami is drawn. Hanami's head resembles like a samurai armor. His body is his or her body is extremely tough. It is armor. If anything that you should look at Hanami as is the soldier that he or she was. Hanami was just a loyal soldier, bro. He was down for whatever cause his homies was with. So it's like I'm riding with my bros and them on whatever they're thinking about. So if my bro is like, hey, bro, we about to go pull up on these guys and beat them up.
Yeah, I'm there.
I'm with bro.
I will be there.
I'm with bro. So so I'm like, when I look at Hanami's design, the design was like samurai armor. Like samurai, they did what they were told by the shogun. They weren't ambitious in of their own selves. They weren't about what they wanted. They were about what the shogun told them to do, i.e. Kenjaku and Jogo. The fact that he was being led by these people shows his submission to their ideals and who they were. So that doesn't breed individuality for Hanami. That makes Hanami just simply a pawn or a soldier. So that's why I'm like, there's nothing really captivating about Hanami's character. In fact, that bro is just a loyal dog.
Yeah, that's actually it, man. I'll be real, and that's all that they had to them as a character. I realized I'm looking through this, bro. There's so many good characters in this show. There's so many. What the fuck? You break
it down, and that's what's so crazy. Gege just be sometimes throwing them in there, and they be here for like 6 seconds.
There's hella good characters.
Yeah, and he has a real good ability at drawing characters for a short amount of time. He don't even have to flesh nobody out for it. Like, that's talent to me as a writer. If you can get me to like it, like give me a story and make me like this character that much in 10 chapters. Gege could do that in 6, in 7 or 8. He doesn't even need 10 chapters to make you love somebody. He can do it in 5.
He doesn't, bro. And that's
talent as a writer. Yeah,
it's gifted.
Hanami just wasn't even written. He wasn't written to be anything else but the soldier. Look at Hanami's design. Like, and then I'm damn near gonna go look up the meaning for Hanami's name just to further prove my point. You know what I mean? Like, Gege writes like that. He puts the details into the character so that when you look at them, you damn near know what they're about off sight.
Yeah, exactly. We've got like 28 characters left, something like that. Hold on, let me see if we can.
I'm sure they're here for the ride. Plus, knowing that this video is gonna be out later, everybody can just come here and sit down and chill.
Yeah, exactly. This is a sit down and chill sesh. All right, bet. So now Mahito. I put Mahito just here so that we can be able to, stick with the disaster curses topic. So Mahito is definitely, in my opinion, one of the good character writings in the show, man. I think, from what he is, the mirror of humans, the amount of destruction without care that he's able to possess and show, the way that he
changed multiple characters' lives.
Exactly, changed multiple characters' lives. The dynamic between him and Yuji Itadori, Yuji being, even admitting I'm you when he was saying we're the same, and Yuji, rejecting that notion. Mahito definitely is one of the best written characters in the show for me, and it's not just based, forget the morality and stuff like that. This guy was just a complete menace. He didn't care about anything. He didn't care about you. He just wanted to be able to be part of the the part of the rotation, part of the cog for the future as well. But he also wanted to be to experiment, develop as a person. You know, he's basically like a baby, learning new tricks, learning new things, playing with new things, reading, trying to
He was
learn.
only a couple weeks old. Like that was
Exactly.
crazy, bro. And he had gained so much intellect and potential. Like he would, and like the fact that here's one of my favorite things about Mahito: the fact that he observes the soul, he can see the inner workings of a person. So if you even remember in season 2, when Kenjaku was like, where he's like, all right, so you know, Kenjaku, are you gonna come with us and fight these guys, or like what's the deal? Kenjaku's like, oh no, I'm gonna stay here. If you pay attention to Mahito, he looks at Kenjaku a certain way, and if you know anything about Mahito, Mahito says directly, if I, you know what I'm saying, I can tell somebody's lying. If I look at this, I can see the soul. I can tell when somebody's lying. So right then and there, when Kenjaku said what he said, and Mahito looked at him like that, it's like that post we got in the community, like when you know a nigga lying, but you listening anyway. Like he just was there, like, you know what, bro? All right, you lucky I don't even really care about this shit that much unless I call you out. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep going because I just want to fight anyway. So yeah, I'm like, he's really good. Like I don't see anything bad. Like I'm just like he's a really well written character. He had a lot of potential. He was really intelligent for the short amount of time that he was around. Like he, you know, I don't have any bad things to really say about him. Like he did his thing.
That guy's him, man. He definitely is him, and I'll even go as far as to say he, as I said, embodiment of humans. You know, the patch. Oh, what was it? It was like the patch face was the. There was a specific representation to humans that the patch face did have. But what I will say, he makes transfigured humans, showing how ugly that, you know, humans can really be in their souls. He really emphasizes, you know, how their souls are, and, you know, showing the true nature of a human soul, using their contradictions as fuel to be able to continue what he wants to do. Mahito was a manipulator, and he manipulated throughout the whole series. This guy knew how to navigate humans. He knew how to navigate even curses as well, and he even knew that Kenjaku was going to take him in the end. He knows all these people. You know, he knows everything because he is a human himself, after all. So yeah,
and that's really good awareness as a character too. So
exactly, like, excellent awareness. He knows the soul better than everyone. So for me, Mahito is one of the best written characters. I think I'm gonna put him above Higuruma, below Choso. You agree?
That's fair. Yep.
Bet. Junpei,
because we got a little bit more of him anyway. So like, since, you know what I'm saying, and I'm only saying that because everybody else want to bring up longevity, right? So we got to keep,
that is true. Low key. No. That is low key true.
If everybody want to say that longevity matters, so we got to, you know what I'm saying? We got a little bit more.
Low key true.
We got Geto and all that.
To be fair, you know, Higuruma and Hakari got the same amount of time, similar, something like that. But what I will say about Higuruma, he definitely does have more about the backstory, like information-wise. You know, and even when he fights, there's information about his past and how he thinks and stuff like that. That's good to his character. So I think that's why he's even in the best written in the first place. And Mahito also is one of the best written. Choso's story hasn't ended, which is the only reason I would even agree that Mahito would be above. But I feel like Choso has so much. But yeah, I think for now I'd say that, you know, Mahito, complete story, completely written to, you know, be you know, someone that is hated, and he's hated. I think Mahito does his job the best. He does his job well. He's hated by us, hated by the people in the show, hated by everyone. So yeah, I can agree with him being top. Next we have Junpei. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to feel about Junpei, bro.
Junpei, I mean, there go that longevity word again. Junpei had potential. That's it right there. Because this is why. Remember, Mahito had us thinking bro was gonna be in the story forever.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Mahito's a waste, man. Potential. Yeah, I'm like, he had us thinking that Junpei had potential. Like, so I could damn near leave him at that. Like, he had potential. He ended up getting the curse technique, which was actually pretty good. Like, poison matters in this story, especially. And if Junpei would have been around fighting, using that poison Shikigami, like, he probably would have been a problem had he got stronger. Like, I can imagine him really training with Yuji, hanging out, and getting strong. Like, If he had he not got manipulated the way he did and just ended up
I can agree
defecting
with
to
that.
Jujutsu Society, yeah, I could see how he just
I can
he was
agree with
made
that.
out of potential. Yeah,
And
like
his backstory and stuff like that was actually very interesting as well. So yeah, I do
yeah,
agree with that, bro.
I liked his dynamic with his mom. I like that we found out that the guy
Yeah,
that
he
was
had a
giving
lot of
Toji all
potential.
those
He had a lot
jobs
of
was his
potential for
dad.
sure.
Like, yeah, bro. Like his father was the guy that was hanging around Toji giving him jobs. Like that's some cool lore to me.
Oh yeah, wait, whoa. I didn't even know that. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that's facts. In the anime, the guy that was giving Toji all those jobs, that is Junpei's father. That's why, if you remember, Junpei was never like his dad was never around, but he was always with his mother. But it's obvious that like there was some type of family thing because the mom was like drinking it all the
Whoa.
time. Like
Where
so,
did it
yeah,
say?
like
Where did it say that?
that's a footnote. I can look it up real
Is
quick.
it? Yeah, because
And
I
one of
did
the
not
little
know
notes
that.
that Gege put down.
Yo, I did not know that. That's Junpei. That's Junpei's dad.
That's Junpei's father. Yeah,
Yo,
the guy that
I ain't gonna lie.
gave Toji all those jobs.
Gege should just like make it obvious in the show as well, man. I feel like it's
Like,
good to
bro,
do that.
literally.
You know what I'm saying? Come on,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. I agree with that, bro. Because like, if it wasn't for me being a damn nerd, I wouldn't have known. I would have not known. Like, literally,
Yo,
bro.
I didn't
would
even
have
know
not
that. Wow. Yeah, when you could look for that and just let me know.
Yeah, I got
Jozu, I just put in void. Who cares? Kenjaku. I don't want to talk about Kenjaku, bro. That's a character. That's a long discussion, man. Kenjaku is such a. It hits a hard spot because he was actually my favorite character in the show, bro. He was actually one of my favorites, bro. I feel he's in my top 3 even. The reason I was even gonna put Kenjaku top 3 is because this guy's a menace, man. I mean, he had. Oh, it's so sad because even being the father of Yuji, technically Choso, all these people, this guy took back shots for his plan. This guy did it all. He did everything possible to achieve anything he wanted. People like to get onto him saying, oh, he just wanted to cause chaos, there's nothing really done to his character. This guy was a scientist. He was a person that wanted to experiment. He was sick in his ways, but he wanted to find out different methodologies to be able to achieve what he wanted to achieve. And he did it at any cost. The planning, Shibuya, he is the one that planned the whole of Shibuya. Without him, none of this exists. The getting the disaster curses together, the plan to be able to execute everything that's here. The one that is helping Sukuna, the one who has fought Yuki, and them two are having their own little exchanges on what they believe is the best thing for the world, the best thing for curses, the best way to optimize curse energy to be able to help everyone around. And he doesn't care about the result of if humans survive or if cursed spirits survive. He just wanted to be able to get the outcome he desired because he's been up for 1,000 years. This guy has been able to grind. He was grinding, and that's something that's only commendable, and that's the only reason that I would personally put him. It's hard. I want to put him in best written, but I might just stick with top tier for now, man, because I don't like the way his ending was, man. I'm not a big fan of it personally. I know he had a lot of fun first time he had fun in the 1,000 years, but getting snuck is crazy, bro. I don't know. That's the only thing that kind of, if he had a beautiful ending, and even when he was talking with Choso and you're telling Choso, yo, you're a failure to my experiment, your brothers are failures too, Yuji is just a smoke alarm, it's for Sukuna, bro, he just planned everything. He was like the Aizen, and his ending was ass, man. I'm sorry, man. So he's just gonna stick at top tier for me, man.
Bro. Kenjaku is just more so, or that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like Kenjaku is just essentially like, to me, the brains behind everything, and his end was kind of. It wasn't like I didn't like it or anything. I'm like, I kind of expected him to go out in a silly way because of what he was saying in his fight against Takaba. Like, I just was looking at him like I could see where you are gonna end up falling off because you were a little bit too into this. And in a way, if you go back in those chapters, and Takaba was low key trying to be like, hey, Kenjaku, I think you should kind of slow down, bro. You getting too into my technique, and that's what his downfall was. He got too into it and was able to get snuck. So I'm looking at him like, yeah, bro, like,
And apparently
you
he's taking
kind of
damage
silly
as
for that.
well.
Yeah, like, and literally, you were getting kind of beat up, but it's not even that. Like, the end was just kind of bad. It was like foreseen in a way. Like, there were certain key elements that was showing that he was indeed going to lose the fight only because of himself. So it wasn't even that like he was just going to be outright defeated. He was going to do something.
Yeah, I agree.
Before all that even happened. Yeah, I'm like I could just say like he's literally the brains behind it. If it wasn't for him killing all these 6 eyes babies and trying to go after Tengen, like he
was going crazy. That guy was going crazy.
Yeah, like I feel like he moved the story in a really crazy direction, a way that is a little bit more chaotic without him. So I would put him at top tier, but like when I look at him as the brains behind everything, you weren't really necessarily meant to be. Like, if anything, what would make him a higher rank to me is if we just simply got a flashback of his original body. We just saw him moving around
we never actually got to see like a fleshed out, answers, versions and stuff like that. And he could have even snuck into best written by that alone, if we're being real, the most I could give him is top tier for me, man. I think the ending kind of ruined him a little bit. A bit more information could have been had, and it could have, bumped up his character even more. But yeah, top tier. I think even Jogo was more complete than him, man. I'll be real. And go. Actually, he might be the last of top tier. I'll be real. I'm just giving us that, man. Sorry, guys. But I loved Kenjaku, man, as well. Don't worry. But, it is what it is. Karawa, I put a void. I don't know if you want to put a potential.
We don't know too much about, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Mekamaru.
He is
an interesting one,
very
bro.
nicely written character. Yeah, he's pretty well written.
Oh, because for me, I think even Mekamaru, he is definitely a well-written character. And I'm just trying to think, like, what was bad about him? He had the heavily restriction that was holding him back from doing what he wanted to do. Then he snaked everyone. And that was crazy. He snaked everyone to try and finesse them, and then finesse the people that he snaked so he can get back to the people. Like, the guy is a snake, but he's a snake at what cost? And not only that, he wanted to do things so that he could be able to reach his friends and especially Miwa. He tried to finesse it. He's been, this is a plan that he had for a very long time. In terms of written as a character, he was just a person that wanted to be able to really and truly use their body to the extent that they wanted to use it, and be normal, quote unquote. So it's kind of sad that he didn't get to achieve that. And, you'd think that, okay, after, he lost to Mahito, which at the end of the day, he planned to try and escape, it will end there. But he then came in the Shibuya arc as a contingency plan to help the people that he snaked originally, so then he can help them, in the end game. And it did come in handy, against Choso, came in handy and gave, Miwa her final send-off. I think that he was very useful. His character did a very good job in being the character that it was. I don't think it could have been better. I actually think that they perfectly did Mekamaru's character justice. I don't know what else they could have added to make him better, but maybe that's just me being limited thinking. But Mekamaru is one of the best written in the series, in my opinion. I think he's better than the rest people here. I mean, what he did his job. I don't know. I'm happy to even put him at the start of top tier. Do I think he's better than Geto, Higuruma, Choso, Mahito? I don't know, but I think he could be the head honcho of top tier, in my opinion, man. What do you think?
I would say he's top tier because, like, I can't say he's decent, and I can't necessarily say he had potential. We saw what his potential was when he brought up that big ass machine off the ground.
Yeah.
So I definitely would put him top tier, especially his dynamic with Miwa was pretty good. The fact that he was the trader was pretty good as a spin plot twist because I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't suspect that nigga at all.
I didn't either.
He was just like, I didn't suspect him that one time, so I could definitely attribute that to
the panda situation too. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because like one thing about me, bro, I be watching movies sometimes with half the objective of figuring things out, and I usually do. This was one of those times where I couldn't. You know what I mean? I couldn't just be like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. So I say that's very good writing. I think just him as a character himself, like he's pretty well written. He just didn't get his, long standing shine, but hey, you know what I'm saying? He chose what he chose, but that's what made him the character that he was. That's what made him more. Was his decision and the reasoning of his. So I say he's pretty well written. So I will put him up there with the top tiers.
No, I agree with that. I will even add him there as well to top tier. So Nanami, you want to start off with Nanami? Yeah, Nanami's an interesting one, man.
Nanami, that's my guy, bro. He's just salary man. He's just like a lot of people. He's one of those people I put up there like with a similar mindset to like kind of like Kusakabe. Like he doesn't want to do this line of work, but he do want to get paid, man. Like most of us, we don't want to go to work, but we do want that money. So I understand him already, like as a character in a way. I understand how he just doesn't even like his job that much. Like he doesn't really, Beside that, he's a very excellent role model for Yuji. He shows that because his care for Haibara kind of leaked onto Yuji in a way. Like he kind of looked at Yuji as like this Haibara part too. Like he cared about his growth. He acknowledged his skills. He didn't sugarcoat anything with Yuji, but he didn't try to prop him up to be something that he wasn't. He was completely real with it, and I appreciated that for Yuji's growth from Nanami. I think his character came pretty full circle in a way. I'm not necessarily complaining that he did die in the fashion that he did. Like, bro, you had just left a domain with Dagon in the condition that you were in. I understand.
Yeah, it makes sense why he got cooked, yeah.
Exactly. And then Jogo showing up, like, and mind you, this is all overtime Nanami, so it's not like he was going to be strong. Like, he was in his state of being super strong. And that still wasn't necessarily enough for him to make it through Shibuya like other people did. Like, a lot of other people kind of left with some scars and stuff, but they were alive. So, strength out of the way, as it should be. The way his character is written, I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? It's a bit of a confusing one,
Yeah,
because I don't know if I'm trying to think if I rate him like that anymore. Like he's not that bad. He's bad, but
literally, I don't want to call him decent and get beat up, but
low key, I'm not giving decent, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
He's really cool. Like,
but he's relatable. He's relatable though.
Captivating. Yeah, like he's relatable, but he's not super captivating. Like you're not just like you respect the shit out of Nanami. That's really what it is. It's not like you just love him for who he is. You respect him for who he is. You just look at him as like this honorable person.
I respect him. Yeah.
Exactly. Like you really have to respect him, no matter if you liked his character or you loved his character. You gotta respect Nanami, bro. Like he showed up when it mattered, and he overtime. Like, come on now. Like he's willing to put in that extra work with no pay if he has to. Like whatever he has to do to get the job done. So I look at him as a loyal soldier in a way, like. But he had his own personality. He had his own thing. But like as far as who he really, he's kind of dry as a character in a way.
Yeah, he is dry. Like, it's not really
never really come out. Yeah, but he's so, he's very stoic, bro. So I can't, I can't really
say much. You can't really say much,
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't. Maybe if he lived longer, but then again, if he wouldn't have. I don't think that would.
I don't feel it would have mattered, man. He just did his job. That's it. I think he's just a guy that did his job.
Like he did his thing. So I wouldn't probably classify him.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Next, I'm agree with decent. I'm gonna stay there. Next one is Yuta Kosu. Well, I think you had an opinion before about Yuta. I don't know if you do, but where would you put Yuta, bro?
Yuta?
Yeah, I think I'd put. Well, I'll ask you. You like him?
I love you. That's my firstborn beside Yuji. Like,
yeah.
But as a character and as like how his personality is, bro, he's drier than sand on a hot day.
Yo, so, I don't even know what his character's like as well, man. Like as a written character, like okay, he cursed Rika. Okay, let's put some bullet points. He cursed because I know people are gonna get mad. Yeah, he cursed Rika. he fights for his friends. He was bullied and distanced himself so he could protect the family and stuff like that. He had to live with this difficulty for a long time, which is understandable.
Even when I'm looking at his personality, right? Like, remember, here's damn near how you could low-key sum up Yuta as a person, or as just like his personality, damn near like how he's written. You remember when he saved that little girl?
Yeah.
And he obviously put on a fake smile.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Yuta is. Like, Yuta's just like, he doesn't really have a personality, but if he feels like he needs to show some sort of emotion, then he will, if necessary.
Like he's hiding his true personality or something, yeah.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, the thing that I could really take from Yuta is that I really do look at him kind of as a psychopath. Like,
low key.
Yeah, like, I look at him as a psycho.
Even the way he communicates sometimes is a bit weird, like.
Yeah, literally, he's like a serial killer in a way. Like, he's on the good side. He's not necessarily trying to hurt other people. He's a serial killer that cares about his people. Like, so he doesn't, he's not out to hurt people, but he wants to help them. But he still kind of has those slight pieces of that personality of a not so sane person. It would make sense given his circumstances. How, he saw his little child friend die in front of him as a little boy. Like, he was really young. And even it's evident in the permanent cry lines underneath his eyes. Like, that kid, he is just kind of...
He's been through it for a long time, man.
Yeah, but he's functioning. Yeah, he's like a functioning depressed person. So I can't really say, like, he's super well-written because I don't think he's meant to be.
There's nothing that's like... He's meant to be like a blessed guy. Like, just blessed.
Facts. Yeah, because, like, even Gege, like, he didn't continue with Yuta as the main character for those reasons, I'm sure. Like, this guy doesn't... What really is there to him beside his strength, in a way? Or beside the fact that he deeply cares for his friends. Like, he has the passion to be like, all right, well, that's what we can work with, but...
He's just decent writing. He's just decent writing.
Yeah, like, damn near decent. Yeah, like, he's pretty
decent. Yeah, that's it, man. Just decent. Yeah. I'll say Angel's more interested in him, to be fair.
With him. Yeah, like, don't try to fight that kid, though.
Yeah. In terms of strength, he'll be up there. Yeah. He'll be up there, trust. And, this is a good one, Maki. What I will say about Maki, guys, Maki is best written. I'm not gonna lie, she's in the best written.
One of the best written. Yeah,
one of the best written, man. I'm being real.
Especially from, like, she's one of the strongest, probably damn near the... I don't know. Maybe I might be pushing it. She's up there, top 5 strongest female characters in the story, and that makes me kind of smile in a way as for her characterization, because if you look at Jujutsu Society and how they treated women, how they view women as less than or not as up to par as the men, and this woman destroyed her whole clan with just
like, how did she do a feat like that?
Exactly. The one thing that they're mad or distaste about women for is lack of strength. She destroyed her entire clan with strength. So I'm looking at that. Then I'm just looking at her personality type. Like, she is one of those people that, she wants to kind of be a certain way, but everything around her is so real and so vast that she can't stop for a moment and smell the roses.
Yeah, and she doesn't even have cuss energy.
Yeah, like, she has to keep up. She has to, show her worth every time she squabbles. Unless
every time
people would be saying she's a bum with no cursed energy, stuff like that. Like, people would say bad things about her.
Oh, 100%.
She didn't put in the work.
100%.
So I'm like looking at her. Yeah, like, she's one of the more brilliant characters for her perseverance. Like, she's intelligent. She's knowledgeable. Like, the fact that, like, when she ran into Sukuna, she was already theorizing that sword may work, and even now she was already kind of like, well, I might not provide any spoilers, but she has a lot of awareness, as it's been shown. Like, she has a lot of awareness of things around her, the natures of Jujutsu. Like, even as a person that couldn't even really use cursed energy at all, had to rely on these glasses. She's one of the more knowledgeable characters.
Yeah, and that's not even including her wanting to be the head of the Zenin clan, and then after now ending up destroying the Zenin clan because of her twin sister that held her back due to being the twin, and giving her now her full zero curse energy to be able to awaken herself and and kill everyone to a cinder, or burn everything to a cinder. So yeah, really and truly, Maki is definitely one of the best written in terms of that, and from her ideals and her goals changing dramatically, and how she sees, how women are shown in the series. She's literally a defying person when it comes to that. She defies all the logic, defies all the reason of what Jujutsu sorcerers usually represent in the Zenin clan, and a lot of the Jujutsu society in general. She definitely deserves to be in best written, and yeah, I don't think it's a bust about it like that. She is really, really well written in this story, and yeah, you agree with the best written? Yep.
Yes, I agree for sure.
All right. Next one is Yuki. I'm not gonna lie, straight away, I know she's got like a lot to base her off. I'm putting her had potential. She literally could have been best written. I'm even tempted to even put her in top tier. She was such a good character before they boomed her, and I feel like I have to put her top tier because obviously she has had a lot of character and her character has ended, but I don't know, man. I feel like she has to be high. Her character was so good. I'm put her high, but I'm sad that they stopped her character. Her character was so good, passing on Yuji the souls. What she told Choso to just die as a curse here, be human later now. Passing on that message, being able to figure out, or trying her best to figure out how to get rid of cursed energy, and finding the methods, explaining it to Geto, explaining it 11 years later to be able to explain, this might be the method, this might be the method, and they're having their differences about it. Yuki Tsukumo definitely is a person who has put in her all in this Jujutsu stuff. She's really trying. Well, she called a lazy bum, but she came in to protect them as Shibuya. She definitely has very good character writing. Unfortunately, it ended short because of what happened. And let's not even forget, she's a star plasma vessel. With Tengen and stuff like that, she's a star plasma vessel, and she can hit the other star plasma vessels. Is why we got a little bit about that. I feel like Yuki was everywhere. Like, she was about for the humans, for the curses, for souls, for the Tengen, for Kenjaku, everything. Like, she was an important character, even in the way she revealed the curse technique. Everything about her is great, and I wonder what you think about
her. I always thought she was, like, just from her introduction in the manga, also even in the anime, it told me how she would damn near be one of those characters that had a lot of nuance to her, that had something of importance as to who she is, what she's about. Like, if you even look at Yuki itself, herself in the manga, like, she's completely shrouded in mystery, damn near. Like, we didn't find out she was a star plasma vessel until later. We didn't find out she knew about, like, souls until, she has a book. Like, we didn't know most of this stuff about her until much later. So that made me look at her character as something much greater to the story than it already was.
Yeah.
Even, like, her whole thing with Tengen, like, she was like, literally, the one that taught and gave Todo that scar, like, even in a way, like, how she explained her type, Todo is literally damn near the opposite of her type, which is pretty funny. She's also... she's really one of those characters where you kind of get tidbits of information, but once you put everything together, you're like, bro, this was really... she was one of the influencers in Geto's mindset. She was extremely knowledgeable. I think I already said that, I feel like. But, yeah, bro, I think she was one of the better written characters, honestly, because of her mysteries and how everything ended up tying up with her. Literally, like you said, some of your points with the whole Toji, not Toji, Choso thing. The whole, like, you're just gonna go be a human and stuff like that. Like, all of that was just bringing her character full circle at that moment. Honestly, me personally, I feel like she shouldn't have died. I feel like she should have won. But I ain't go off the story, so I'm just gonna have to do with what I got.
No, that's facts. That's real.
So now I'm just like, it just seems like, it seems like it could have been. I'm weak. No way. But yeah, I feel like she just if she would have stayed around a little bit longer, she would be a little bit more on the best
That,
friend. But I didn't really
yeah.
put her at top.
Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna see. Oh, yeah, not gonna lie. There's some that we're gonna breeze. I'm gonna breeze a couple of them, and then after that we can talk about the heavy hitters. Yeah.
That
Alright, baby. So, the paper bag. Don't care. Notoshi Kamo. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. You could talk about him as well. Let me actually, yeah. I'll say decent because of his backstory with his, the bloodline,
he just wants his
accepting his
mom,
fate.
bro.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I
he
ain't
just
gonna
wants his
quit you,
mom,
actually. You
bro.
want your mom.
Facts, and
Yeah.
then at the same
I'll put
time,
you at ease.
he was also strict about Jujutsu rules and stuff like that. And then after that, he
Facts.
had that moment with Maki against Naoya Zenin as well, in which he was like, "I'm gonna burn. You have to burn me with my ashes and stuff like that." It was kind of cool. That was a cold quote. And yeah, man, I feel like Notoshi Kamo was just real. And then after he just said, "Yeah, I'm taking my parents and we're cutting the country." Yeah, he didn't even, fight back or nothing like that. He literally was just about business, cut his hair and everything, man. So yeah, I put him in decent personally. Put him in decent. He did his job, and he had a good character on him. Urame, I'm gonna put Void for now because we don't know anything about her besides being Sukuna's, lapdog and stuff. Yaga, would you put him in? What would you put him? I can't lie. Wait, hold on. My mic went out. Hold on, give me a second. Oh snap! Hold on, give me a second. My whole audio is messed up. My whole audio is messing up. Hold on, guys. My bad. Let me just sort it out real quick. Okay. My audio is messing up. You guys can hear me, but don't think they can hear you. Let me just try to sort it out. For this, let me do this and this. Yo, speak.
Yo.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they can hear you now. That's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, all right. Let's carry this on. So let me just see what you
I had
posted.
that side note real quick. Yeah, I had sent you something, but remember the thing. This is just like a side note to the whole thing. With Junpei from earlier, you remember how I was like, I said that like that one guy was his father.
Yeah.
I think his name is like
Kaori.
Nah, that was the guy's name.
No. Sorry, my bad. That's flipping Yuji, man.
No, I was thinking about the guy with Toji. I think it was like because I know he's like Korean or something. So his name.
Yeah, I know exactly. I know who you're talking about anyway. Let me see.
Yeah. Like they're trying to say he was low key in the shot. This is probably what I saw that like damn near was like, oh, this is his dad. Like, but I'm like, okay, maybe not. But just these few little details that I had sent you in this little thread, that's probably what I ended up seeing. I thought that was like that aspect.
Oh,
I started to look
okay.
at that statement. Yeah, and I couldn't find that statement, but it was noted that like Junpei's dad had divorced his mom and went on to do his own thing, all that. And I just kept seeing this guy with this suit, and then literally in the anime, it conveniently hid his face, but he had the suit. Same thing with the guy that recruited the curse users, had that suit on, but his face was conveniently covered. You know what I mean? So I was just like, they could definitely ignore that last one. That last one was a super reach, but those two little notes right there was just like that. That's what made me think that was Junpei's.
No, that's interesting to add.
That back up. Yeah.
That's interesting to add about the Junpei thing. I wish I could see that translated, but I do. I can see where maybe they came up with that. I can see the angle. I wish they went about it. Who were we just doing now? I think we were doing. Was it? I don't think we were doing anyone. Okay, cool. Let's just do it like this. Megami. Where are we putting Megami, bro? I'm putting him top tier because he did have his character development, but obviously it didn't get to finish. I think that Megumi's character was really well done, you know, caring for his sister, being able to, you know, be that shy kid that didn't even want to risk anything, try anything. Well, no, hold on. It all started with him being a bully. Then he changed from being a bully to because of what happened to his sister to then being a calm, relaxed person. Then he was told off by Gojo saying that, hey, you need to step it up because, you know, there's people out there that are going to risk it all when you're just, you know, sacrificing and you're not bothered. And then after that, he achieved his domain expansion through that character development because he's like, screw it, let me just do it. So Megumi, as he went on, was like a shy person, did things to like, you know, the bare minimum because he had Mahoraga, but then as time went on, he became less of a person that just wanted to risk his life, you know. He became more of a person that wanted to take over the scene, you know, take charge, be able to accomplish the mission, especially when it's for his sister, at any cost. So Megumi definitely is up there. Unfortunately, his body did get taken, and you can see he's still fighting on because he cares about his people. You know, and I think that's commendable. So yeah, I'm putting Megumi in top tier. What do you think?
I already put him up there because I used to have mixed opinions about Megumi. But I could see why he got top tiers now. I didn't want to say he's decent because he's a fucking suicide merchant.
Hey, he was a suicide merchant. He was a suicide merchant.
I kind of, yeah, like, because I seen people be like, oh, like this dynamic that he had with his sister, it was so captivating. I'm like, bro, he was literally finna kill himself knowing his sister was in that position. Like,
yeah, multiple times, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying more from the growth like, as a character. You know, I feel like he had a lot of growth for sure. You know, being from someone that was, you know, not really trying to go all out, you know, was kind of like hesitant and stuff like that, to then being someone that's like, yo, you know what, I'm going to put out all the stops. I'm going to try my best to, you know, impact in the way that he knew that he could. And in the way that he knew he could is by, you know, getting all, you know, every situation, every mission that he was in, taking it 100%, not sacrificing and thinking that it's all over, but, you know, just making sure that he could really put in the work and to the best of his ability. No shyness. I mean, he was even a smart kid since he was young. When he came with Gojo and Gojo looked after him, he knew how to choose between his sister going to the Zenin clan or to the main. And yeah, man, I think he was just a smart, intelligent kid that developed confidence throughout time, and that confidence allowed him to free his sister, but then his sister was not who he thought he was, and then he ended up getting boomed. So that's why I'll leave him my top tier. Okay.
I could agree. Because I'm like, shit, my mixed opinions of him just kind of changed a little bit when I just kind of sat down and just read parts where he's mostly in the story.
Yeah, I feel that. No, I feel that for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I understand that. Let's see. Let's do for the one time. What I'm gonna do. We got. Let's say we got 4 more to really speak about, like just like the way we did Megumi, and the rest I'm gonna just put them in the positions and say a little bit about them. So Yuji, where would you put Yuji? I think Yuji is crazy because I think he should be like the best written, you know, and the reason I put him the best written is because of his mom.
I just kind of want to say like, yeah, go ahead.
No, continue.
I was just saying like with him, I'll put him at top tier for right now. Like, I feel like I need a little bit more characterization on him, like just to say he's one of the best written, because I feel like that's where he's headed. But I just know that I still kind of see Gege struggling with how to write him a little bit. So that's why I'm like, I feel like Gege just hasn't fully hit that stride with Yuji, but he's definitely on the right track. Like, he's not far from figuring out how he's going to write this guy out completely. So I'm just like, yeah, I feel like he's top tier as of now, just as of now.
Yeah, he can improve. Like, room for improvement.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. And now Sukuna. Low key, in terms of character writing, he does his job very well. It's very hard to, you know, rank Sukuna, because I think as doing your job and your role as a villain and for what you're doing it for, he's top tier. Even his reasons for doing it, in my opinion, it doesn't need to be difficult, it's top tier. But I think in terms of character writing, he's not really complex. He's not really, I mean, he's battling loneliness. So at the end of the day, it is a little bit like, you know what I'm saying, he's trying to get something. But I think we need a bit more. I'm putting him at the just top end of decent, really.
Hmm. I
What do you
agree.
think?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't share the same sentiments. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the same way about bro.
That's how I feel about Sukuna for sure. Toji.
Yeah. Toji, that nigga didn't care.
Hmm?
That's the nigga that did not care about nothing,
He
nigga.
didn't care about anything, bro.
Yeah, he's pretty decent because I can't put no ambition behind him. I can't put no passion behind him. I can't put, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
Bro didn't even care
nothing.
about.
There's nothing you can really talk about how he has maneuvered or moved or anything like that. I feel like he was just a person that did his job, and he was a bad guy. He was a bad guy, and he did his job. You know, he had zero cause energy. Other than that, I don't know what else I could really say about Toji, bro. I'm not gonna say trash, because he definitely does have a trash character, right? But I'll put him at decent, though. What do you think?
Decent. Yeah, I put him there.
Decent, yeah. Cool. And then yeah, the last person that really matters in this list is Todo. Thoughts on Todo, man? Do you think he's a well-rated character or top-tier rated character or decent?
Say that one more time. I don't know why my shit just cut out.
Yeah, I was saying Todo. What's your thoughts on Todo, bro?
Bro, he's one of the more well-written characters to me.
Oh, you think you like top-tier, best written?
He's one of the more better written. I wouldn't say like best. He's like better written than a lot of other people.
Oh, that's
I
true.
I didn't want to say he's top tier, bro, because like probably on the lower end of top tier, but then they're just top tier because his impact on Yuji, his impact on the story itself, like his words and philosophy. But like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, he's really one of the.
He's really one of those guys.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todo is
like,
definitely one of those guys, you know. Definitely one of those guys, and especially with being able to guide Yuji. He basically helped develop Yuji in general, man. Without him, I don't know where Yuji would even be. He's a very smart, intelligent individual. Came in and even told Yuji what it is to be a sorcerer, and even he doesn't have the answer, but he gave the best answer he can give, to be able to guide him in the right way. We see that he supported him a lot. We know how he is a bit, people will say autistic because of, how he was able to, fight Mahito in the imagination and stuff like that. But overall, we can see, this is my brother, my best friend. He's funny. He is written. I think he does his job the best one of the best in this show, in his role. And yeah, man, I think he definitely has substance. And as a supporting character role for Yuji, he's definitely top tier for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, everyone else, I'm gonna be real. I mean, some people might care about Takaba. Put Takaba maybe. I mean, I'll be real. I saw his backstory. I'm putting him in trash. I don't care about the character, man. That's me personally, bro. Do you care about the character? Maybe you do. Low key, the backstory didn't move me, bro. I'm gonna be real.
You said you didn't like it?
Not that it's bad, but for me, I don't see the character, and I'm not wowed by the character writing of the character. I think like he was a failed comedian. That's pretty much it. He was a failed comedian, and he makes jokes that is stronger than that you're forced to be in. I don't know if that's the greatest character writing for me, but what do you think?
I say that's decent. I see you decent because I thought you just said like you didn't like the backstory. I was just kind of a little curious about what you thought about it. As far as his character, yeah, like I understand he's meant to be corny, but sometimes, even the meaning to be corny, or it just comes off more corny in a way. So I'm just like he's cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah, like he's got a little bit of he got some spark to him, but the fact that his curse technique don't kill, I'm just like,
yeah, exactly. Not really too much to really speak on Takaba. I put Ino already and had potential just because you can see that with him and Nanami, their bond is tight, and you can see how he wants to take over. Like he looks up to Nanami, he wants to follow Nanami's footsteps in a way, And yeah, you can see he has potential. You just have to see a bit more about his character, innit? And even taking, like a superior, captain type of position as well. I think he just has potential.
I agree.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just start people in places, and then just tell me if you agree or disagree. Yeah.
But it was good.
Okay, so Nairo Zenin. I'm not gonna lie, I'd put him in top tier.
He is a top tier foil. Yeah.
Top tier. I'll put top tier.
He adds a lot to the story. Yeah.
People are probably wondering why is he top tier, guys. If you are watching this as a VOD or anything like that as a VOD, if you write down why do we think it, for the remaining people, why do we agree or think about that, I'll reply to you in the comments. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Nairo Zenin top tier. I think he might be the top end of top tier. Actually, no, I think he does his character so well. He's not gonna be that top end, but I'll put him in the middle. I think, towards the last quarter, he's a top tier character. He does his job very well, especially in helping progress the story. He's good. He's good. Panda, can't lie. Panda's backstory was kind of, it was a good, it was interesting. But is he a decent character? Oh, is he a well-written character? No, it was creative. It was creative. I'll put him in decent.
Yeah, pretty creative. Yeah,
it was creative. Yeah, even pandas cry type shit. Even pandas cry, bro. Ryu Ishigori, I'm not gonna lie, had potential. I wish I could have saw more of you, but you died. As we spoke about before, Kashimo should have maybe even been there as well. That's it, but it is what it is. Tengen. Tengen's had potential. I don't really know nothing about Tengen. We know that he's been there for time and stuff like that, stuff like the vessel stuff. But it ain't really moved me, man. It ain't really moved me. I want Mei Kuchi. What kind of comment is that? Comment in the chat. Let me just put Mei because I know people love Mei. Mei as a character is kind of trash. In terms of character writing, is she kind of trash?
I wouldn't say trash. I ain't gonna lie. I'll say she's decent. She gets a lot of flack for sure because of her ambitions and motivations, but that's what I feel like makes her separate from a lot of other people and could give her a level of good character writing because of her indifference as a jujutsu sorcerer. Like, she's kind of hard to tell.
That is true. I can agree with that.
She's kind of ambiguous. Like, is she really on our side? Is she not? Like, is she in it for the money? Is she in it to ensure we're surviving so she does make more money? Like, she has so many questions tied to her character that I feel like a lot of people just kind of just throw out the window because of her allegations. So I'm like, she's pretty top tier to me as far as how she's written.
Oh, you didn't even give her top tier.
Damn near, because like just how indifferent she is and so many questions that's around her character. Like, she's very interesting. On top of being extremely knowledgeable, very strong grade 1. I'm not even talking strength, but forget the strength. Like, she's knowledgeable enough as a grade 1. Like, she's very smart, so she's grade 1. Like, she's smart. So I'm just like, she's kind of like she damn near has the mindset she needs to be where she is in her position. I even remember like the whole, live stream thing that she's doing from her pros. Like, I'm looking at that as just like this damn near high IQ move. Like, I don't like, even though it's kind of crazy that she set up a live stream for two killers to kill each other.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Like,
to get the money.
Pretty brilliant. Yeah, and another thing that I really like, somebody else pointed it out to me, like during the Sukuna vs. Gojo fight. But when they were squabbling and you see the crows on the side, now, you know how groups of animals have names attached to them.
Yeah.
A group of crows is called a murder. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, damn, that flew over my head. And Sukuna and Gojo were trying to do exactly that to each other, surrounded by a group of crows. And a group of crows is called a murder. I'm like, so she's got some cookery to her in her technique, in her philosophy, her indifference, the questions that arise with her character. Is she a weirdo? Yes. Is she a money hit? Yes. But she's here during the battle. She's doing input. She's allowing her brother to use this technique. Remember that? Like, he doesn't use it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like, yeah, I'm like, there's a few factors that if you're just completely looking at her as the weirdo that she is, then yes.
No, I was saying trust more as a
Like,
sense of like, I think I was saying it more like, we don't really know nothing about her history like that. We know she's motivated by money, so she does everything to get the money. But the money, I mean, besides the money, what is her relations with other characters and stuff like that? She doesn't really have any relations. The only thing she has is like she knew Gojo survived, the crow. Other than that, what else? I feel like she doesn't really have a story to her in terms of how she's written. Like she doesn't really have a story to her besides the fact that she's the money. She go and get the money. I don't really know
right.
what else she has to her. And Yobo Plank says just because a character is mysterious doesn't mean they're bad. Kenjaku may needs to rise. I mean, Kenjaku is interesting because of what he's done, and they explain a lot of what he's done. They've said, they've been plotting for the longest time as well. I feel like Kenjaku has a lot more reasons as to why, past and present, and what he's fueled by. We see it all. Mei, I don't think she's in that same tier about past, present, what she's fueled by. She's fueled by money, but what is her ultimate goal as a sorcerer? I don't even know. I don't even know what her goal is. Does that make it bad? No, but it makes her writing unfinished. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason I'll put it in decent, if at most, for me at least.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, I can't really argue.
Yeah, but you would say top tier, isn't it?
Yeah, still like agreeing with partially agreeing with you. Still kind of holding my stance. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, like I still like her as a top tier as far as just how she's written in a way, and just the mystery kind of shrouding her character like this. But it's still in a way like blatant. I'd say like it's mysterious, but it's still kind of straightforward. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I would put a top tier of decent, just so then like that's like a middle ground, Now they would do something like that, because I understand. I can see the angles of why she would be top tier, and then I can see the latter. Considering everything, if we're considering everything as well. The only people now is Shoko, Nobara, Miwa, Naruto, and Mai. For my in my opinion, I'll put Mai in decent. I think her conclusion was decent. I low-key could have put her trash, but I think her conclusion was enough to just push it a little bit to become decent. But she's like the bottom for me. What do you think?
That's an interesting take. I ain't gonna lie.
What was
I
that?
say I agree. I said it's an interesting take. I ain't gonna lie. I'm damn near gonna say I agree.
Because where would you put her in general?
Man. Let me hear yours first. Like, where are you putting?
I put in decent.
Where you gonna put
Just the end of PG decent.
Because that's what I was gonna say. I'm looking like literally even it's got me even looking at the actual spread, and I'm just like, where do I want to put you up?
Yeah, where would you even put something like
decent
that?
is very decent is very.
Yeah, I think that's the most because of what she did with Maki and stuff like that. But
because of that, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, but yeah,
it just wasn't enough to save her. Because at the end of the day, I think without the Maki thing, she is trash, bro. Like she did nothing good about her. I liked.
Like I found out she had a crush on her cousin and all this. Basically, I'm just like,
oh shit, I didn't know. Yeah, you be knowing the secrets. You be knowing the secrets. The Jujutsu High.
Yeah, I think it was like in the fan book that she had a crush and one of the crush was confirmed to be like Megami, and I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's insane.
Or one
bro.
of them for that matter. Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. God damn.
They got different back then.
Yeah, then go. They be different because they be doing everything within the family,
Exactly. Yeah.
They're doing everything within the family, bro. Okay. Nobara. Yo, I might put her in trash, bro.
I might save face and say hat. and saving face is no pun intended either. But I say that and be like,
Yo, you're not gonna like, yeah, it's true, because you know they're gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
No, because she had, oh, you know what, she had potential. Yeah, let me do that. No, but her backstory is so mid. Oh my days, I don't know, bro. I feel like she does belong in trash, though. I'm gonna be real, because we don't. What was her motivations? Just she wanted to be in Japan, and she had potential because she's top
like,
3. But
literally, she just want to go see the world real quick.
yeah, like really and truly, like she ain't really got nothing that's like she's amazing writing wise, you know.
Yeah, even like Nanami was kind of making her look so bad at one point because
I made it
she's
bad,
just
bro.
a grade 1, and I don't even say just a grade 1, but I say just a grade 1 in the ideal that you couldn't see past it, bro. You was like, this is a grade 1, like you was shook up about that, and I'm like, even Nanami was like, girl, just go sit down somewhere. Like you shouldn't even really be here. Just literally, just go sit down. Like he's damn near telling her to move around somewhere, and I didn't like that for her character. And I could even see why Gege damn near was like, you know what, I might as well write her out because where is she gonna go? You can't take her.
I don't know where she going. And that backstory was trash,
exactly,
bro. I'm putting in her potential for just
I liked it in the anime. It
Oh,
made me appreciate
yeah.
it more.
You liked it? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
I feel
when
like
at
it
the
slowed
anime,
down
I
the
had
pace a
more
lot, though.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see why you think that. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Not that it's a bad thing to
At the
slow
same
down the
time, for
pace
that
because
situation-
it was very fast. But
yeah, the situation that was at hand. Yeah.
yeah. But the only thing is that I feel like the backstory didn't. It told us she was just upset that someone left. Like it didn't really give us anything extra. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I could have lived without knowing the backstory. I don't know what it was meant to like do. Was it meant for us to feel sorry for her that she didn't get to see her friends or something?
I mean, that's pretty sad, but like, you know, she was a Jujutsu sorcerer. She damn near could have found them.
I think it's just sad
Like,
the fact that she was like, you know, she died because she was a Jujutsu sorcerer and she was just trying and fucking out, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we didn't even get it from her POV, more from her friend's POV, you know? That's why it's a bit like, I don't know. It's a bit interesting, man.
Yeah.
Let me put her potential because I can't lie. I can see it already, bro. I can see already the pitchforks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to damn near clean it up a little bit, not to go too crazy.
Yeah.
Say something a little off.
That's facts. Gojo being top tier, writing when his plot convenience is wild. I mean, he had the whole arc, dude. He had the whole arc,
Yeah.
bro. Come on, bro. Alright, cool. Miwa, Shoko. Shoko is... man, a lot of these people's like had potential. She had potential. Like she's not crazy.
Yeah, plus she's still around.
She's still
like
around.
she's not, you know. Yeah, it's not. And I mean, the only thing that I could kind of push her character up a little bit more is if she actually did tell Megami about this thing. Toji thing.
Yeah, that's actually well put in decent. Yeah, facts. That's facts. And Miwa, where would you put Miwa? I put her decent.
I put her decent too.
Yeah, you know,
What's Carter about to talk about?
looking after his brother and stuff like that. You know, doing what she needs to do for the family. Came under Kusakabe.
And that scene that she had with Mekamaru, that shit was pretty potent. That was some dope.
Yeah, that was cool as well.
Yeah, that was pretty fire. So I like Miwa as a character. I like the self-imposed binding vow backfiring on her ass.
Yeah,
I think that's good character writing.
It shows that your actions have
like
consequences, man.
Absolutely, and everybody acts like it has to be the other way around. I'm like, man, chill out.
Yeah. I don't agree with that at all. So, yeah, shout out to Miwa. Then we have Inumaki, trash. Sorry, man. I don't think that's even a discussion, bro. I loved his character design and I thought it was about to be something, but I can't lie. He has to be. His character writing is mid, bro. So bad. It's so bad, bro. What do you think?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, as a character, he's just like be drunk and stupid in there. But he got hands and he understands his technique. But that's all there kind of is to him. Damn near.
Okay, and lastly, for me, I'm putting Naobito Zenin in decent. And the reason I'm putting him in decent is because I feel the thing that saved him the most for me, because we didn't get to know a lot, is the fact he's the head of the Zenin clan and the way he gave everything towards Megami by sticking, being a man of his word to Toji and giving everything to Megami afterwards,
Yeah, that makes his character pretty, like, beyond damn near what I was just saying, like, damn near just like a drunk in a way, but it puts him at, like, a drunk with standards.
Yeah, drunk with standards, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he ain't going too overboard, even if he gets drunk.
Exactly, bro, and I think that's where he deserves to be. Kagura Bachitan says the whole arc just to have better character growth. I mean, that's the point of Geto to have better character growth. I mean, yeah, of course, because the person that's impacted the most by the whole arc was Geto, not Gojo, which is why Geto is best written. But Gojo obviously had an arc and it was impacting him as well. He was about to go psycho as well. Don't forget.
They changed mindsets to say he didn't grow from being a
that's delusional, man.
Care about somebody. Yeah, I don't know, Kagura about you.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I fuck with you though, but hey, for coming to the stream.
Shout out to Kagura about you.
Yeah, facts.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
That's facts, bro. And yeah, man. Well, we have Yaga. I don't really have much to say about him. I'll be real. I mean, some people might respect him. I'll put him at trash personally. I don't really. In terms of character writing, he did what he did with the, making the cursed puppets and stuff like that. But I'm not sure he didn't move me in terms of character writing or anything like that. What do you think?
I mean, I like bro. I like him.
Character writing.
I wouldn't say he's trash. I say he had potential. Yeah,
it had potential. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like if we would have got to if Gege just wasn't like focused too much on like the other side characters, this guy was pretty cool. But like I could see him being more so not even like a side character, damn near like background character. But his position kind of always changed to me. Like sometimes he's meant to be in the back, sometimes he's meant to be in the story. Like, and even the fact that Panda is here is damn near putting Yaga in the story, like. Because that's his curse technique, and the fact that when Yaga died and Panda didn't disappear or anything, that's pretty notable too. Like that's kind of like a testament to his character. Like that shit was he put a lot of passion into that project. So
exactly.
I kind of looked at him as somebody that just simply had potential. That's about it. I don't think he would have went too much further. I just think we probably would have got a little bit more.
Exactly. And yeah, guys, that would be the character writing. Hey, that took 3 hours and 20. Yo, we put in effort for this, bro. We put in effort.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that was a long time. But we got through it. Finally.
We did.
So everyone else that's here is going to be void. Euro is the only one that maybe I could say something about. But I just put had potential because she still has room to grow. So really and truly.
Right.
And I think you agree with that as well, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, hey, guys, this is the rankings. So we have Mahito, Maki as the best written characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Choso part of that as well, if we're being honest. They're all interchangeable, those top three. Higuruma, then Geto.
We could kind of throw that out there too to the people. Like, this is like for the greatest written. If y'all see this order different, please don't let that be the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to switch the order around, that's based on, you know what I'm saying, your opinions. But remember, this was a discussion that we're sharing. So it's like, this is what we kind of think. But if you agree with that and you think that the order could be a little bit different in your head, as long as you got them same 5 people up there, you just about do agree, regardless of order. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So do this unordered, actually. Yeah, this could be unordered. But for the top people, for this is kind of ordered, kind of not. But like, don't take it too serious within the same thing. We're not saying that they're outright better, but if in the same bracket, they just consider them around the same stage or the same level, And if they're in trash, bro, I can't lie. Kashimo as might be the only one people might say something about, but really and truly, everyone in trash is kind of they deserve to be there and have potential. I can't lie, Junpei. I'm tempted to put him in the top tier, low key. I'm not gonna lie, Junpei can be there, bro. Really, but it's a bit tough because obviously, I wish his character could have
They don't
developed
bring
more.
up that longevity.
The longevity.
You know what I mean? Literally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why he's not there.
I'm like, y'all shouldn't have said nothing to me when y'all was talking about some damn Hakari and the longevity, but my guy Geto had one arc where you knew who Geto was, but the rest of the time it's Kenjaku. But I'm like, hey, let's add that in then. Let's make it.
That is true. That is true. As I said, when Hakari gets more about his life, that's when we can say, okay, he's now being given more longevity, because even though he's been on the panel more than people, the only problem is that he hasn't been in the panel more than people to grow as a character. Because most of the time it's just to discuss a plan when they were planning to get the Culling Games, or really and truly, every time we've seen him, maybe like most of the time when we've seen him is like to discuss a plan. If we're being honest, like even when Gojo was getting freed, we saw him discuss a plan. Even the Yurume fight, I'm so mad that if Gege doesn't show us them fighting at all, I'm gonna be so pissed off, bro. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. But yeah, that's my take. Hakari is gonna be the best written, bro. He has to.
For sure, I think he is gonna end up one of the best written characters, especially if he has a conclusion that kind of lines up with what he wanted. Like if he's the one character that got what he wanted out of the story, that's gonna piss a lot of people off. But that's gonna make me feel like that's his character that came full circle. And one thing about people like that makes them more of the person that they are, is accomplishing these things. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, thank you for coming through to this stream. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like on the stream. Hey, this is Amalu again, coming back, and you said that your YouTube channel, just let them know and stuff like that, and yeah, we can close it out, man.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? It's Lil Boo. Been here. This is my second time being on stream, so you know what I'm saying. Appreciate bro for having me.
No problem.
Getting ready to make parallels between Kenjaku and Kenjaku and Tengen video. I'm making a parallels video on that. I've been working on it, writing it out, making sure I got every T crossed and every I dotted. So be looking out for that when it gets here.
Okay, and that will be it, man. I appreciate Kagobachi for coming in the end. The comments above, wild people be thirsty for May facts, bro. But yeah, May, she gets the love regardless. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming through, and I say to you people.